right, everyone. You already know Freestyle Friday, live from the ethers. We live. Give me that really ETHERIAN news. All of our masters introduce themselves while justice equipment. Okay. They want to introduce themselves.
Yes, Master Maku. Peace, love, and light to all the family out here. We back. Rahu is back.
This is Malachi's disciples, also known as the unknown.
Brother Terry, also known as Tahuti. Peace, love, and light. Here once again, dropping knowledge with my brothers.
All right, everybody. How I sound now?
Yeah, a bit better. No feedback in
Before.
it. Yeah. But it's echoing now. Yeah. So, Freestyle Friday. What's today's topic? Anyone got anything? Any news to chime in with?
My nephew. That ain't Inky.
Hey.
Oh shit. Yeah, you was talking, McCool. My bad.
It's yeah, I was asking the brothers if they were got any news, anything they want to reveal to the.
Well, I mean, I like to share a little news. I went to the Soul Circus, the Universal Soul Circus. It was pretty good. You know, they haven't had as many attractions as they used to have, but they still pretty good. My favorite part was the contortionist, where they had all these skinny brothers being able to, twist their bodies and do things that, normal people that aren't as limber can do. They were able to do things like turn their body into like a wheel. They could spin around on their chest like a top. It was pretty intense. I enjoyed myself with my children.
Oh, nice. Sounds great.
Yeah.
I ain't been to the circus in years. A good circus, anyway. With real animals
So
and everything. Go.
what do you think that allows the people to twist themselves in all those different positions and do the things that they do? I know it was a time, I think Doc said that the Ringling Brothers, they was like part of the Astro Command, I'm not sure, ETHERIANs. Because they was all blonde headers.
It's quite possible. There's some Hindu stuff going on in there as well. Contortion, especially, that's more to do with being double jointed. People who are double jointed can find it easy to do that contortion type stuff. And that's some of the part of the Hindu practices, whether it be yogi or yoga, or, to control.
They could do this trick like it was nothing. They could drop to their back and then, like I don't know how to explain it. They could drop to their back and then do like a move and then they come right back up to their feet. It was the weirdest and the coolest thing I've ever seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was the contortionist part.
Yeah. So, are we all prepared for the big debate next week? Is it next week? The 19th.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it this weekend. I will be tuning in to watch the debate with Chuck Morgan, Assassin, and Asaru Non-Ether, and who's it? The Cuban Crisis, and
Yeah.
who else was on there? If I'm forgetting anybody.
Tannen.
Yeah, Tano, Malik, something other, and Asaru Nanita,
Mhm.
and I think Cuban something.
Yeah. Cuban Crisis.
Cuban Crisis. I knew it was something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, bunch of funny dudes. Yeah, I had my popcorn front row
Me
seat
too.
for the main attraction. This is gonna be hell out, a hell of an event.
Mhm.
Sarak Nanitha, he claimed that broke it down like no other Nuwabian ever broke it down before. He said you never met a Nuwabian like this. I don't know if he was referring to himself,
Mhm.
secret brother that he has, you know.
Mhm. Weapon X. Weapon X. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I think if they stand on the holy tablets and the right knowledge, they'll have no problems. Well, I've said it. Wouldn't let that shit happen to me though. Hell no. I think Prince York might be in attendance. That'll be interesting.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Osaru said that he'll be bringing Prince York, and just so happened, I think Prince made a grand appearance last night on Sonetta,
Yeah.
answering a whole bunch of questions.
Hmm.
I like his dialogue was a little better. The way he's still speeding, talking too fast,
Yeah.
and other than that, I like the new things that he added to. Of course, we know where all that new stuff came from.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the fact that he opened a new bookstore. He said a natural hair salon, but I could have swore I heard him when he was on the show with us
Mm-hmm.
that he had a hair salon, a natural hair salon, and he
Juice bar.
started his own water. Juice bar, and he got his own water, alkaline water.
Mm-hmm.
And he's saying he's gonna hit Mental Hotep and Rashid up here in Detroit and Michigan. You know, where I'm at with it, but doing it, not knowing that Minister Inky got his own Mama Tomics water up here, no alkaline,
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, if any of them can outdo 50, good luck to them.
but that's peace.
Yeah, that's good.
I like to see black brothers and not even black brothers because I hate using that terminology now. It's good to see brothers making moves, really putting that work in. Guess he took heed when we told him that. Put that work in, man. Get into the streets, put that work in. He's talking unity again. He's talking unity more stronger. I like he said when Sonetta asked him the question about well, out of the three great leaders, who do you think had the best plan? And the three leaders was, of course, Noble Drew Ali, Elijah Muhammad, and his father. I'm like, he better say all three.
Mm.
But being that Doc was the last, and the way that he did it, that in like that,
Mm.
and that's exactly what he did. And I was shocked. I was surprised. He said all three, and he laid out the format of how had transpired, from one successor to the next successor to the next successor. And he said his father just took everything and put it all in one.
Mm.
And he got the land, he got the clothes, he got the language,
Yep.
and that was peace, because he made me proud with that.
No, definitely.
When he said that. Am I echoing?
No.
Okay.
Nope, you good.
All right. So yeah, I like that though, because that's the format. That's how it went. Noble Drew Ali came, and only thing he left out is that Noble Drew Ali sent them out. He's forgetting his first edition. He was a part of Noble Drew Ali's succession. I mean, that was one of his first cards, and he always showed proof that he had a card from being in. That's how he was able to verify that Wallace Dar Ford was an imposter while Ali fought Muhammad. See, and a lot of people, say, try to say Doc did a lot of tricks with that. He didn't make sense. But how can you have one man named Waleed fought Muhammad from Morocco? Then you got a dude named Wallace Ford, an American name. It don't make sense. If Waleed fought Muhammad came to Elijah Muhammad, would that not make sense that another dude named Wallace Ford is an imposter some years later?
Sound familiar to me.
That's from that's in the 5% book, the first 5% book, and it's also in Sheikh Dua versus Wali Fard Muhammad scroll. Sheikh Dua versus Wali Fard Muhammad is the second. It's the revised update debate to the old 5%. Really want to go back and really indulge into the 5% thing, because they had a big huff about him making the first book, and then he came out with the problem book right after that. That was the white book with the 5% they used universal flag, 5% Nation Islam. Excuse me, that's an improper terminology to say 5%. They were the 5% Nation of Islam. Clarence Jawad Smith, but that's how the procession took place, and that was also that I wanted to bring up tonight. That the mission started in Detroit, Michigan, and secret disciples were sent out, and best believe, Dr. Malachi's disciples also that he sent out. And to a lot of us, they may seem like agents, or they are agents. Some of them a lot of these dudes are agents, and everybody, that's a big huff today now. Who's an agent? Why am I an agent? What's your definition of an agent?
Like he's saying, Brother Greg, they got all this agent talk, but they never came out with a new actual fact saying what is an agent, how we identify with agents. They just toss that terminology around. Like, I mean, we should really, identify with how to use that terminology appropriately. You know what I mean?
I don't know how someone who's supposedly incarcerated He's going to write a book on agents. Where's he getting his update from?
See, an agent.
That again? Go ahead, Malachi. I was
They-
gonna say, could McCool repeat that again, real
I
quick?
said that he's supposedly in jail, in prison, Supermax, Colorado. How is he going to write a book on agents with no research material or no updates about what's going on the outside? Who's the head of the Federal Bureau of Investigations, or, you know, that type of thing? Who's been appointed now? Trump's in, unless he gets all that information, and then, yeah, well, fair enough. But it just seems a bit strange to me. Every time we talk about something or we have a subject, a new book comes out related to what we're talking about, or a new update. Yeah, I ain't claiming the Bindi bit though. I'm not claiming that.
Nah,
Nothing
I
to do
ain't
with me.
claiming that. I ain't Indian.
Yeah, and nothing to do with me.
Pakistani and Indian. I ain't
Exactly.
jab neither.
Yeah. God damn.
To the agent thing, right?
Yeah.
See, what happens is these characters. We living in a world of minions, you know, and they throw these type of things all in our faces all the time. But we're living in the times that are Walking Dead, where you could put a sign in someone's face and they can't even understand that they're talking about you. You understand? So we got a bunch of people um, doing exactly the opposite of what the teacher told us to do, and that is befriending certain type of beings in New York specifically. You know, but smiling like this is a joke. You know what selling things that is free. That doesn't belong to us. I mean, without our work being put into it, we're selling it as if it was ours, you know, without any of our own work put into it. You see what I'm saying? So we're doing a lot of things that oppose what we stand for. So what happens is these characters or these minions, they end up working against the very thing they claim to stand for. So they're doing the government's job, and they're doing it so good and lousy at the same time, ignorant at the same time. They don't get paid for it. So when Chuck Morgan and these characters say, "Oh, how am I an agent? Do I get paid for it?" No, you don't get paid for it. You're not worthy of a paycheck. You see what I'm saying? You're so ignorant and naive to slander your own kind publicly. What they gonna pay you for? You see what I'm saying? These type of people are known as rats, sleazy, slimy, slithering snakes, right? And they don't even get the respect of a snake with rank, or these Illuminati characters, or what they say. So when we talk about agents, we got a bunch of agents. We got a bunch of people running around trying to make money off of Dr. York, trying to talk his name, bring his name up because that's the only thing that brings views to his channel. You see, we got a bunch of people trying to make peace with the same enemies to conspire in a grand scheme of things that could benefit everybody. Hold on, wait, that could benefit everybody financially. See, so this changed from a, a mission to get information out to a grand scheme of how the enemy and the so-called Nuwapian or Nuwapian or whatever could make some money off it. So when I was watching the video, you see a bunch of, it took long enough for the thing to start as it was, but I see a bunch of smiling and joking, and it was good to see these people operating on this level without all the slander, and they was actually smiling for a minute. But then it went right back to the dogma. And I'm like, if you can smile and you can laugh and you can agree on certain things, why is we going back and forth with certain information. You see what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you why. We're doing it because we have websites, like nubianism.com, where it's a career based off of slandering the Nubians. Without that, out of all the things you could be doing, you're not doing it. There's a bunch of people that we're not even aware of who oppressed our people for years in history that we could be digging up, finding out about them, and exposing them to the world in this day and time. But we're not doing that. We stuck on somebody who they claiming justice has been served against.
Mm.
That was this question. If justice has been served to a man who's been in jail for 16 years, supposedly, right? Who in their right mind is going to continue to talk about that man who's in jail as if these type of crimes that they claiming don't exist every day in our communities? You understand?
Mm-hmm.
These are questions they need to ask themselves. Actually, these ain't even a question, but these are questions they need to ask themselves. You talking about a spell? Who goes to a page, right? Who finds a Dr. York page to disagree on? I would say that that person is in a spell, that person can't let it go. If you wake up out of a so-called spell and then you keep on coming back to talk about it, then you still in a spell. You still gravitated towards the information, towards the person, the fame, the fortune, or something. Something is still pulling you into it. You see what I'm saying? So when you're not in some so-called spell, you'll be able to let it all go. So the fact that Chuck Morgan and Tar Newpoon and these dudes are constantly talking about this man, Dr. York, and the works he's done without doing their own, it just goes to show the impact that these dudes gained from being a student of Dr. York. They just chose to use that knowledge they was given, they was woken up out of, to go against the man. And they cannot deny, I'm gonna end it on this, they cannot deny the fact that Dr. Malachi York was the man that woke them up. And that's a fact. That's the man that woke you up. You can say whatever you want. That's the man that woke you up to even have the ability and inspiration to do what you're doing today. Those who it applied to, no one talking to. That's it. I just wanted to get that off.
Good one, brother. I just want to add to what you were saying from the perspective of what do they stand for. You know, my father, I had the short pleasure of, living with my father and meeting him, you know what I mean? And he passed certain wisdoms on to me, like, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So to me, it's like, what do some of these cats stand for? You know what I mean? Because when you get rid of some of these things that the master teacher had set down, like right knowledge, right wisdom, right understanding, which leads you to sound right reasoning, that formula is a good formula of wisdom, you know what I mean? A good formula to go by, something to stand on. So without that, what else is there to stand on? You know what I mean? How can we use a platform to build together and grow together and say, instead of me focusing on our differences, let us focus on our what we, can find as like similarities. Let us compare on what we can build on instead of the things that we can tear down. Because everybody can do that. You know what I mean? To me, one thing we as people overlook that we are prone to error. You know what I mean? You gotta accept that we're gonna fail more than we succeed. But the point is that you will succeed if you continue to try. That's the whole point. You know what I mean? That's all I want to. I want to add that little part in there. You know what I mean? With you, brother. I'm building with you.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was talking about. We choose to read about things in the past. We all say and, well, not we all. I'm not gonna say we all, but specific individuals really have these conversations, and are dwelling on these historic historic accusations of what happens historically. And most of the history is coming up out of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? All this, I hear a lot of polygamy talk and all these things floating around, people trying to grand scheme on women. And personally,
Can't hear you, Malachi.
Hello, Black Son.
Peace, brother Elijah.
Peace. Yeah, Terry was talking, so
No,
everybody
Malachi was.
go Malachi was talking, so we can give each one of us time to finish talking, and then you could speak a piece. But everybody respect the forum. I'm muting my phone. Go ahead.
somebody was going, or was I finishing?
You
what I
was
was saying?
finishing. You blacked out.
I was saying, I was going into polygamy. Now, a lot of things come from the Bible or these biblical books that people claim not to believe in. And if they study enough, they will know most of these things are coming out of these books. So I want to say to that, it was a responsibility for polygamy. It was this is my perspective. I'm speaking from my perspective, but it was a duty to marry your brother's wife or vice versa due to genetics, because your wife's sister.
Mute your phone. Pardon me, Malachi. All right, he muted. He muted. Go ahead.
So your wife's sister or close family would have the same gene pool as yours, so it would be permissible to marry in that aspect. Or if a husband died in war, you would have to keep the family in the bloodline,
So,
say it like that.
so you saying that to do that to keep the potency of the genetic pool amongst one another?
Yeah, not in the financial aspect as what it's became today. Nowadays, I hear floating around the internet, they're making it into get more wives because it'll help you financially. And that's the only definition I'm hearing. I'm not even hearing anything else. All I hear is individuals saying it'd be the best interest for you to take on multiple wives. That's just a polite move to me. I see a bunch of little minions of polite,
Yeah, there's
you
a lot
know,
of them out there.
a
Yeah.
lot of little polite minions trying to take those same steps. And that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Cyrus, you there?
Somebody else talking or what? Yeah, muting. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
It was no real topic tonight. Brother, McCool suggested that we was gonna talk about them guys, but being that anybody else want to expound or say something, it wasn't no real topic tonight. Tonight was just Freestyle Friday. Um, you know, I'm gonna just say one thing to it. Like Malachi, you made up a good point. You said a good thing. Terry, you said a good thing. Um, these out, Malachi. Um, okay, but these guys, right? Stop, man. They entertain us, and that's what they're doing it for, entertainment, and get their status up. Get that money, that quote. A lot of guys they just do that because a lot of them are lost. Like Malachi was saying, he made up a good point. He said a lot of these guys was waking up by this. Not this dude, the master teacher, himself, Dr. Malachi Z, the illustrious one. As Big Brother Master Hooney Bop says, and man, but because they still teach his teacher, they still in love with his teachers, they can't get hung over the fact is locked up. He's paying his debt to society, whatever. That doesn't take away from the teachings at all. And I don't care what type of rabbit tricks they pull, rabbits they pull out of their hats, try to debunk the information. They can't debunk. That's why they're not messing with Nuwabi. They're going at Nuwabians with the actual facts and such, and the Nuwabi. And to sit here and say that he plagiarized information is totally off course and disrespect. You really wasn't there then. If you was there, you would know that he said that he was raising us to be Judaist scholars, and that it was a group effort that they went online and they found information pertaining to where he came to give facts, that he wasn't the only one speaking this. So where people keep saying that he didn't give credits to other people, if you go to any old scrolls, if really any old scrolls are in publications, because they took a lot of the last pages out of the scrolls, and within those scrolls you would see Zachariah Stitchen's whole stack of books from the God Wars series on up. So how was he not giving credits due, or saying that he wasn't the only one speaking this information, that others were speaking it? When he told you, if you want to, check this man's book out. And it's in the back of the book. You could subscribe, you could order these books and see that nothing I said. What they fail to realize, that you was dealing with a reformer or a comforter. Comforter comes to put all the words back in its proper perspective. He had to add on in places where there was mistranslations, transliteration within it. These people don't have no spirituality. That's where the real problem comes in. They never woke up. They may have was attracted, or they saw that the information was powerful, and they gravitated toward it. You know what I mean? But they never spiritually woke up. They still walking, like Malachi said, they walking zombies. You know what I mean? They dead. So of course, the information probably doesn't resonate with you because you haven't spiritually awoken. And I don't want to give out too much, because there's gonna come a time where we're gonna have to put these dudes in their place. And that's all I'm gonna say on that. And if somebody else want to expound on it, I'm gonna let them do that, and then I'm gonna get back to the news.
Hey,
Peace of divine blessing. You sound bad. You sound bad.
Oh man, no. Okay, hold up a minute, because I am driving. Hold on, let me kind of turn the phone off.
You don't sound that bad. We just hit it. We just hit the air. You ain't echoing. You're not echoing. We just hit the air.
I'm actually driving. I tell you what, man. I'm gonna. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it on pause. I'm gonna pull over because I want to be heard clear. So give me about 5 minutes. I'm gonna come back on. Okay?
Got you.
Got you.
Got you.
Got you.
Decent.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
No, no, no. Hold on. I'm still trying. You all there?
Yeah, we here. I thought he was gonna talk. I guess he gonna wait 5 minutes before he talk. You wanted to say something, Terry?
Yeah, I was gonna add to what
Yeah.
you was. You said that we want to put them in their proper place. Sounds like a PowerPoint in the works. You heard me, brother Greg?
Yeah, I heard you. I heard you, brother. Yeah, sounds like a PowerPoint. You said.
Yeah. Rahul back, brother James. Go ahead. You can chime
Yeah,
in.
brother James, chime in. I'd like to hear from you. I'm doing something real quick.
I just came in, so I really don't know what y'all talking about.
Freestlye Friday. Any news that you picked up during the week? You want to talk about the things that you were encounter out there while you out there selling your book and talking to the people?
Oh, I just wanted to say I like that video about Killer Priest, because he most definitely representing the Anunnakis, and Pop Yanam uh Pop Yanam, and showing what he was teaching, you know what I'm saying? Because I see that a lot of Nuwabians, they get the Najaru and then the Tiru, or the Natiru and the Anunnakis mixed up as like they two different beings. And can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, yeah. I was saying like yeah, they saying that these different beings, but as you can understand, when you coming from the cuneiform tablets and the holy tablets, it is giving you a thorough breakdown of what happened, and not only the holy tablet, but the holy tablet is backed up by science when we dealing with what they call Sumer. Okay, and I just want to address that because that's a major factor in our lives today, and with a lot of people that's coming into the knowledge of Wu Nuwa, and they not really knowing what it is, because you have a lot of these new Wabians that's teaching and they going another direction, teaching with the Patara and the actual facts of today. And they making it contrary to the old information that was put out by Yanun. And it's making a lot of Nuwabians look bad, because you got the ones that's leaning, towards the Anunnakis, and then you got the ones that's talking about the Najaru, when they are the same beings, just different cultures. So I've been teaching that lately a lot, and I've been trying to show people, even the Nuwabians, that y'all in the school of Egypt, and or the school of Kemet or Kish, and that you taking that school and you trying to make everyone believe, even though that school is a factual school. True indeed, just like the school of the Sumerian school, it's a factual school. But at the same time, it's what they doing is trying to get everyone to convert, though, as they are Puthites or Puthites or Egyptians, and everyone not Egyptian, just like everyone not Haitians and Jamaicans. Okay, you can't make a person that's called himself a Moor and a Jamaican or a Haitian. Okay, they weren't born on that island, and they don't talk patois, so they are not Haitians. Um, but they are in a whole are Nubian people as a whole. Now, dealing with these stories of different cultures, I like to go to the roots of things because that solve a lot of problems. Whether a person want to see it or not, the evidence still gonna be there when you're dealing with the Anunnakis, because the Anunnakis give you the original story and the events of how Kiss, which they call Kemet or Tamaray in Egypt, when Enki went to the south and built all of that. He built seven settlements, and what they call Kemet today or Egypt was one of them as Kiss. That's the original name. Now, what they call in Kemet come from Pleiades. In Hebrew is Kema. So that's where Kemet come from. All right. So that's not the original name of Kiss, which was one settlement set up by Enki. And we also know about Zimbabwe, which is called Zimbabwe today, which was Monadapa, and they had a name before that. So basically, what I'm saying, when people do their real research and stop being biased or stop being manipulated by these Meldekians, that's turning the whole course of what the master teacher taught into a different direction because they have an agenda. And me as a master teacher that went through all the schools, it's my it's my duty and my purpose while I'm here on earth to make sure that this don't happen. And that's why I go against a lot of people in their debates and teaching and stuff, and even if it's dealing with the same Nuwabu teachings, and it's just been twisted. And our master teacher always told us to deal with sound right reasoning and evidence. And all the evidence is there, but a lot of people be dodging the evidence as coming up with things are contrary, as a contradiction. When they say, well, he said that Egypt predates Sumer, and they give some evidence as the Napa, the Napatan, the Napatan as the Nuwabit language. Okay, but when you actually do research on that, the Nuwapatan, you'll see that that comes from one of the uh, Sumerians or Chaldean family. That comes from one of their families. Okay. Now, when you're dealing with cuneiform go back to Nippur. That's the original name of what they call Sumeria. It was Nippur, which was the capital of India, and that's where he dwelled when he was here on this planet in one of his seven settlements when he set up in the north, what they call Mesopotamia in Sumer and all of that. All right. I just wanted to get that straight because the Natiru are the Anunnakis. It just a misunderstanding of how it's being taught in the Egyptian culture. So I can't, and I know it's other brothers that if they have an open eye to really see it, and I know y'all do because we clings to the holy tablets and the holy tablet breakdown and stuff. What you can see, with a clear eye, and even though the master teacher did say that they was different beings, he was only teaching that because he was playing with different dialects and different language, just for the different cultures of people like the Egyptians and the Sumerians. So that when he was teaching one, he was teaching two actually, and sometimes he was teaching three. And that's one thing about the master teacher. When you know about him, he will go thoroughly into something, but he will, if he not giving you the whole of that school, he'll mix it up with another school within that school to let you know they are compatible. And the reason why he did that is for you to use sound right reason of your own to see what he's, hitting at. And so when you definitely go back and do research about the Natiru and the Anunnaki, you will see they are the same beings. And I have asked a lot of Nuwabians, can you prove about the Puthites who you, because you're saying that the Najaru created them, procreated them. and I asked them to show evidence of um how these beings was created before the Anunnakis came to this planet Earth, and they can't give no kind of evidence or no demonstration besides the Anunnakis demonstration of these beings being planted in the water with the seed from the dolphin and the Shemti project that happened on Lamu. So they still go back to the Anunnaki, but they want to make the Anunnakis as if they're some type of monsters. And from
Here's
that,
ask you a question.
huh? My question?
No, I said, can I ask you a question?
Oh yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
a
yeah. I'm open.
So, who was, just to clear things up, who was the beings produced by Lulu and Amalu? What project was that? Just explain that clearly for the audience quickly.
Okay, the Lulu or Menlu is the primitive workers. Those are the beings of the Anunnakis. The Lulu
Okay.
or Menlu are the beings of the Anunnaki.
Was they Homo erectus? Was they Homo habilis? Was they Homo sapiens? Like, that's what I mean.
Yes, the Lulu or Menlu, the primitive. That's why they call them primitive workers because they was able to work. So by reading the holy tablet that
and
it took
procreate.
600 years, right, to make these beings. So we know they came from genus Homo to Homo erectus to Homo sapiens because they had to be able to be they had to be able to work. So that's why they was called Lulu or Menlu, primitive workers. Without them being Lulu or Menlu, they couldn't work. So they went through the process of making them, and there was many defaults in the process of making them where there was ones that couldn't work. So Inky and Mother Nitti blessed those ones forever that even couldn't work and came out this form until they
Can
got
I
the
can
process
I
right.
can I interrupt you real quick, James?
Yeah.
Because everything you're saying is correct. You just leaving one part out. Um, it wasn't just that they was created to work. They were the beings that was able to procreate on their own because the ones they made before, oh, well, the Amalulu couldn't procreate. That's right. They were just made to work, and then they was transformed to the Homo sapien. You're right.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying?
Cause you,
Okay.
yeah, cause
Just
that's
wanted
what they
you
were
to
made for.
go into that part too, though. That's why I
Oh yeah,
said
yeah, yeah. Because in the beginning they wasn't procreated to procreate. They was only procreated to work. Until the Anunnakis said, okay, let's not do the engineering process all the time. Let's let them engineer themselves. So we was given the extra chromosome to reproduce on our own to bear children, and that's why we having kids the way we having kids now. But original, we didn't have that process. Yes,
Hey, peace and divine blessings. Can y'all hear me?
yes, we hear you.
Okay. I just want to, speak briefly right quick. Always an honor to be amongst the brilliant minds, like I'm up here tonight. And I love what I heard. It was Brother James that was just got through speaking. Got to always give it up to my brother-in-law, the Phenom, and everyone else. I'm still, trying to get familiar with everyone, the 90s, the boys, and all of us that's gathered at the round. Can't forget my twin spirit. What I wanted to share, first of all, the first thing that came to my mind, notice how everything connects, you see. And for those who know me, this is the master sound therapist, Huni Bakatun, also known as the Magic Man. I have said it before and I'm going to say it again tonight. I can't stress enough. And I'm also going to do a certain plug that I'm going to be doing faithfully about the master's way perspective that's going to turn a lot of tables. But tonight, I just want us to link back to something. The key is always into sound. Now, I think it was Brother James Owens that was speaking about, and Malachi, they were speaking about the Lulu Amilu. And I'm saying it this way is because, with the gift of languages and studying different cultures, notice how everything linked, just like the link and between the Anunnaki or the Neteru or how to pronounce it now, a Nasdero, or however you want to cut it. I want us to zone in on the Amilu part, because Twin Spirit would definitely attest to the fact that Amilu actually means worker as well as in Ashuric Arabic also. You feel me? So bottom line is, not only are we connected genetically, we're connected spiritually, and we're connected in regards to wherever we are born on this planet. So that's the silly stuff. And I say this to be disrespectful because it's time for us to stop it. That's the thing that's stopping, that's holding us back from overtaking this planet. This is Operation Takeover. And most people, when I say most people, most of us, with all this information, I'm saying this loosely, with all the great teachers that came from the late 1800s over here in the shores of America, I'm not even going to talk about, with the coming of the Mahdi and the coming of course, the prophets and all kind of things. But I'm talking about bringing it down to recently during our time, since the 1800s going into the 1900s, with the way that we used to say in the Ansarullah community or the Nubian Islamic Hebrews, with all those great teachers that came to raise us, from Noble Drew Ali, Pledge 13X, right? The most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and of course, what we knew him at that time as El Imam Isa. You understand? As well as all of us that's gathering at the round table. Bottom line is, look at all of this information that all of us have. But look at but that's where the division is. You see, the division is coming because everyone want to think that they got it when they only got a piece of a puzzle, a major puzzle that's being put together in our lives as individuals, and it's being put together in our families. These elders and these masters and these scholars, or whatever you want to call them, they put all of this work to help prepare us for what we're doing. And listen closely what I'm about to say. This is key. Those of us who's gathering at the brilliant minds, who's gathering on this forum, this particular forum tonight, we're doing something unique that nobody else has, because we're taking, in regards to whatever school that we come from, whatever school of thought or culture or whatever, we're able to come together and share what we mastered, not only with each other, not for the sake of debate, but utilizing and applying that vital information that each one of us has. Now, can you imagine if we're taking time to do it, and it could be somewhere between 8 to 9 of us? Now, can you imagine as we start to gather, and trust me, there's going to be a lot of duplicators. I don't want to call them a duplicator. They can only mimic what we do. Because what we got is you got it right. I'm going to say we bragging about what we got. Because what we got is straight up masters, no bullshit. You understand? We're talking about people that can do the language, do the knowledge, go from sun up to sundown and back again. But bottom line is, Melanites are using this information. Some are using it and some are not using it. Okay? Some are not using it for our benefit and applying the things that we learn. We're not supposed to be, this is 2017. There's no way that we're supposed to be debating back and forth all on YouTube, all on these different channels of social media, debating on what's fact or what's fiction or what's this or what's that. We got to get beyond that. That's why I have said it before, and I'm going to say it now. It's really about divine truth. Once we tap into divine truth, and my brother-in-law, the Phenom, said something major. A lot of people haven't had their personal experience. I won't call it a religious experience, but I got to use it because most people have adopted, either they adapted or they converted or accepted, which is a better word, somebody's version of some form of religion. Okay? And when you read those religious stories, and I'm not debating whether it was fact or fiction, but when you read those stories, like most people have got caught up into believing these stories, right? And because, divine truth is divine truth. We got to get to the point where we can be strong enough and comprehend whatever vital information that we're supposed to get out of these stories, whether it's fact or fiction. Once you get to that point, that's where the graduation actually comes in at. That's where the fruitless debates actually stops. Okay? And that's where each one of us can assume the responsibility for ourselves and each other and do what we're supposed to do to overtake this planet the way that we're supposed to have. But there's no way that we can do it if we keep wasting time. This is valuable time that a lot of us is wasting, if you understand what I'm talking about. You understand? Divine truth is divine truth. Find the truth in these stories if you're stuck on the Bible, if you're stuck on the Old and New Testament, find the truth in it. To the truth that's going to be something beneficial in your life. Something that want to make you get up and read these stories, learn how to mimic these people, whether you want to call them prophets or angels or whatever. Learn to do that and then apply it to your life on a daily. Same thing, stepping out of religion. Start looking at these great people, our ancestors, masters, teachers, whatever you want to call them, right? Look at their lives and how they had an effect on their life and other people's lives, and turn around and apply it today. With all this information that each one of us has, and we are bringing together and bringing all of this together at the Brilliant Mind, those of us at the Brilliant Minds is using this. We are applying this knowledge that we have, that either we are born with it or something that we learned, but bottom line is we absorbed it and we're doing something with it. Okay? So the bottom line is I want all of us who's listening tonight, as well as those people who's going to listen when this show is archived, is to tap into divine truth. Once you tap into divine truth, you ain't going to be wasting your money on somebody's fruitless debate, because that's not getting us nowhere. And people of the world is watching. That's the thing that's getting me, and that's what I'm saying. We got to get beyond that. I'm saying those people who can make that transition. Those people can make that transition to stop trying to learn so much and start to become who and what we was born to become. There's a major difference. And I'm sorry I missed that show, and I'm almost done. There was a show that the Brilliant Minds came together and they did Are You the Book? Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, however the title was. But are you still reading the book, or are you living the book or becoming a book? However it was phrased. Because that's what it's about in 2017 and as we move forward as a people.
Excuse me, pardon me. It was are you a living soul or a book?
Yes. I wanted to
the Holy Tablet, that the living soul.
Yes. And let me say this, and I'm almost done. In reference to the most holy tablet, that's ours. And I want any so-called white or whatever you call it, whatever you want to call yourself. That's our gift that the Lamb, the Mujahideen, the Reformer, whatever you want to call him, okay, that he gave that to us that nobody else has. Nobody else has. So can you imagine if we had took that holy tablet worldwide, we'll be owning similar to what the Mormons got and more. You understand?
Mute your phone till you finish, James.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if all of us, because like I say, it's a major difference, man. Something about, I try to respect Melanites, man, but I got to start calling Melanites the way that it is, because all Melanites haven't made it to that level of where they're graduating to the point where they can start debating back and forth so much and start worrying about if something's a fact or fiction or not. There's divine truth in everything. Okay, there's divine truth in everything, but let me close about that holy tablet, that most holy tablet. Can you imagine that with all the things within that holy tablet from cover to cover and all that vital information that's within the confines of the holy tablet, that's part of our story from the angelic realm. It's got the Sahuf in there. It's got the Kitab Hikmah in there. All the things that we learned that he talked about from the Ansarullah community. The book of Barnabas in there, all of that, little parts of the El Quran in there, the El Injil, the Zabur, all of that, as well as certain things that we learned from the Moorish Science Temple, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Clarence 13, all of that is part of our story. Okay, and for someone to say that that's outdated, that's silliness, man. First of all, again, that's Negro stuff. Because if you look at other people in the world, we say we want to say about the European nation, but they will fight to their death to preserve their history, whether right or wrong. You understand? But look at the control that they got. It's because they respect history. They respect history. Any nation of people in their right mind is going to preserve their history and preserve their story. Negroes are the only ones that have ever seen that they don't even want to try to fight to protect something that's right from of theirs, because most Negroes don't feel like they're worthy to have anything. So bottom line is, for anyone who want to say that their holy titles don't matter or to confound, he just made all this stuff up. Whether he made it up, everybody else make these stories up. But look at them. Look at the effect that they have on the world. Is it benefiting somebody more than one person? That's what we need to wear it by. Okay? So bottom line is, I'm just hoping to see the day, and I know it's happening with us, but I'm talking about the listening audience and the rest of the world. I would love to see the day when each individual and the rest of us start to look and see these stories and find the truth in these stories. Don't get so caught up in whether something's fact or fiction or not.
Right.
On that point, I'm on mute.
Right.
And then
Right.
just listen to reason. Okay, I'll listen to reason after that.
Nah, you're right. You're right. That's only Baba too. You're right, big brother. Um, I mean, I wouldn't even call it so much as a debate these days. That's why my shows, these shows started off as, and that's what it's still the head title of his shows are setting the record straight. And in these last days, that's what's gonna have to take place because these guys that's doing this is that they out here debating is that they trying to pull those off the right path. They become a living soul, and they want to keep them stuck because they know when calamity's coming. They know what time it is. They know the return is here. Return of the masters, return of the elders, return of the light beings, the return of the Anunnakis, the Anunnakis, the angels, the Elohim, whatever terminology you choose to, And what kills me is these people say that they deal with great so-called intellect, intel. You know what intel is, but they claim to know a thing, right? But still, they fall behind someone that has no spirituality at all. They're rallying behind a dude that was a disgruntled follower that left, was amongst the master teacher for many years. Also, the master teacher also gave him a radio show. Also, he even allowed him. He even took something from him to where he formulated one of the scrolls. You understand? And this is what I'm tired of hearing is like you're saying. He plagiarized these things. But once again, I'm gonna reiterate it one more time for people that he said we worked as a unit, we worked as a family, we worked as a nation. He said he was raising Julius scholars, that we all collectively as one body did this research, and then they claim he don't speak these different languages, and which I don't understand. How can you say the man that speak 19 different languages? He only spoke Arabic. And it's astonishing to hear these type of things. But this is why we have to continue to in the path that we're doing. They don't mention us because they already know what they're dealing with over here. It's like they duck and they hide on the rocks, and we make comments and they don't re-comment. We make shows and they don't comment at all under the show. But a lot of people are watching. No one once got on our platform. No one once made a comment under one of our videos and said, "Oh, y'all dudes is wrong," or "That's trash," "That's fact," or "Dr. York lovers." None of that the entertainment shit you see go on everyone else's platforms and other their videos. With that, I'm gonna mute out. I want hear some. James can continue. McCool, someone can get in and say something. And then if y'all finish with that, then I'll bring another news topic in. Anyone else want to say anything? McCool, you got anything to say? Add on to that, Malachi?
Yeah, I want to add something real quick to what James was saying, and I'm in totally agreement with that as far as everything manifesting as our everyday actions, thoughts, and things like that. And the thing is, when it comes to religion, right? When you say religion to me with an overstanding, I understand that everything can be religion. So it's not so much of sort of a doctrine type of aspect for me, because sports can be a religion. See, people do things religiously daily. Religion is a practice. Brushing your teeth every day. Some people do this religiously, some people don't. That would be in your own doctrine. Each person, to me, has their own doctrine.
True.
You have your own doctrine. So with that, you are your own religion. It's not and when you try to oppress someone else to push something on them that is not original to them, then it becomes some type of debating. Because what I say, you should be able to feel it is true. I shouldn't have to convince you. If you can feel it, then we on the same frequency. We're on the same accord. See, but what took place is, right, we've been stripped of something. And this is what, and there's so many distractions around. We have to stay strapped with books, you see? And it's not a bad thing, because as soon as you look up, you see naked women, you see porn, all right, you see sports, you see all these distractions all over the place. So it's our duty to submerge ourselves into to create our reality or our actuality. Because the minute we step out of that, we all have to admit the distractions is right there, whether it be money or some type of gaming or something. You know what I mean? So it's important and it's vital to understand what we're coming up out of before we say we got there. You understand what I'm saying? Because I like music, and I also understand music is a spell. When you're dealing with the harmonics, as we say, and the sound reasoning, things that you listen to ultimately control you. You get to bob in your head, you get to move in your body. This is how these little so-called Hindu and these cartoons are making the snake come up out of the basket because of these tones. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, when we're entering these stages of the etheric realm, that is the inner self. As we know, the atom is covering the etheric self, right? The mass is covering the spirit, right? So we know we are both of these things, in and out. Sometimes we are physical deities, and sometimes we are spiritual deities, depending on our mindset and where we want to be at. We all must agree,
facts, true,
right? We all agree that we're Homo sapiens. So when we're talking about this doctrine and Lulu Amalu and all these things, we all have to agree on a scientific level, we are Homo sapiens. On the etheric level, that's a whole nother discussion. So we cannot apply etheric conversation into physical science fact conversation, because it's a fact that facts don't even matter anymore. People are taking whatever feels good to them and they are running with it simply because it makes them feel good. And that's the catch. It's making people feel good. It has nothing to do, like you were saying, Brother James, about the information. It's about finding the truth within that information that make you feel good, that apply yourself. See, but the thing is, right, with me, my philosophy is every single day, every action, every thought is a manifestation. So the things that we saying we must do, we're already doing. We're just not directing the energy in the proper places. So we might be giving that energy to the negative side of us, where the positive side is missing out. And if you apply that to the positive side, you might benefit more or prosper more or get further. But the fact that you are using that same energy to something negative or something stagnant keeps us redundant doing the same old thing. So with me, it's not so much sorcery or magical. It's just like you were saying, Brother James, applying it, knowing what you got and using it. Because there's people that sit at home, that hear artists on the radio and say, oh, I said that. Oh, I thought of that. Yeah, you did think of that, but you didn't get out there and do it. And the person that did gets the recognition for it. You see what I'm saying? And that's the web. That's the quantum web that connects us all. There is no new thoughts. We're all thinking alike. But when you apply it, you get recognized as the first one to do it, or whatever the case may be. And this
That's
is
a big fact. No, whatever the case may be, that's what it is. Go ahead.
So in the Malachi York situation, he understood, like we understand, at some point you have to say all of this is a lie. And what is the foundation of a simple life? It won't be no information. It'll be simply caring and loving and wanting for your neighbor what you want for yourself. It'll be simply that. It'll be simply harmony across the world. You see what I'm saying? But when we get into philosophy, that's when we get into debates. There is no right divine philosophy, because I can think different. I can believe that, something else. I can oppose someone else's beliefs and have a complete opposite belief, and that makes me feel good. But the key is both of these individuals feel good. So now let's just make this example. I don't want to rant, but let me just make this example. So you have a brother here who feels good about worshiping the devil, and then you have a brother here that feels good about worshiping God. Who is the one that can step in between them and be the judge? Who is that one? You see, they both feel good about what they're doing. It's a good feeling they both have. Who is willing to take the responsibility to step in between and say, nope, you're wrong and you're right, when it's based on philosophy and not feeling? So again, I'm going to close out with this. It's simple. Religion has nothing to do with it, because people can find, the people that are most separated in this so-called conscious community are the ones that I see that don't have a religion. And this is why we're still at war with religious people who want to come to the truth, but as soon as they want to make that decision, they see the most undivided people in the community are the ones saying religion divides people. So who in their right mind, right, would join that? So we're going to have to unify. We're going to have to bond tighter than all religion if we want to say that religion and this and that is separation. We're going to have to put down the debate, like you said, Brother James. Again, you just said a lot of things that was on point, and I'm just elaborating on them. We're going to have to put down all of that talking, and we're going to have to simply work on community, commercing, and therapy. Things that make people feel better. That could be simple, playing a game with a person, a quiz game, simple things. It's not so much the science is going to happen. We are the science. All that science that we talk about brought us here. The science didn't study us. We studied the science. You see what I'm saying? So why are we even talking about what takes place every day in our brains when we think? That's something that the oppressor had to do, to study us. We never thought. We simply made life simple, walked around compassionate, forgiving, and also prepared at a time. So, I'm just going to close it out. I just want to make that point, because things get a lot real theological, hypothetical, and they go all over the place, and we forget that we study everything except ourselves and our own chart. and what we supposed to provide. You know what I mean? And that's just pretty much it. That's pretty much it.
All right, can I come in on that? I want to address what the brother said because it's true what he said, and a lot of stuff that what he said I want to address when he said about one person believing in the double and one person believing in God, who can step in and say this person right or this person is right. Well, when we dealing with what you say philosophies as a right and a wrong, you had also said that you should treat your neighbor as you want to treat yourself. So if we got these philosophies as one person believing God is a all good person or deity that want to see this person do good, want to see this person blessed, want to see this person go to heaven. So that's the way you're gonna be treating your neighbor, right? So I'm quite sure you would side with the guy or the woman that believe in God because they trying to live a better life according to that philosophy.
Well, my bad. Well, let me just make it clear, because what I mean is, you got devilish people that got clean haircuts. They live clean lives through the naked eye. They live clean lives, but behind closed doors, they do the most devilish things. So it's all about the feeling. You'll never know who is who unless you have a bad feeling about a person, because some people got good game and they could and unless you have a bad feeling, you're gonna get gamed with their words. You see what I'm saying? So somebody can come and say, I'm God. Someone can say, I'm the devil. No one knows what these things are because it's philosophy. There is no God and devil. It's simply an energy. You see what I'm saying? So you can feel this person. So if you want to treat your neighbor good, you can feel if he's a good dude. You be like, I got a good feeling about this guy. This guy, he tries a good thing, unless you're a fool yourself, because you attract your own energy. So if you're a fool yourself, then yeah, chances are you're gonna be fooled. But if you're operating on a higher level, I mean, you won't be fooled by someone who's coming running game. Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't mean like, I don't mean
No,
God and
no,
devil
no, no, no,
on
no.
that.
I know exactly what you mean. I was just breaking down the philosophies.
Yeah, he got you. He got you. Malachi. He just breaking it
Yeah,
down
yeah.
in
I
a
was just breaking
nice
down
way.
the philosophies of what you were saying as about a person, want to believe in the double and a person that want to believe in a God. Okay. Just on these philosophies alone, they carry energy. So if a person want to believe in the double, if they have some type of concept as the concept that we have been double is, and if a person associate their energy and their belief and their lives and action to that, and that's what it is, they want to be a double, someone who cause mischief, um someone who's conniving and stuff like that. That's what we attribute to the philosophies of a double. Okay. So if a person believe in a double, then unless they have another concept of what a double is to them, but overall concept, we already know the philosophy of a double is someone deviant. Okay. So I won't want to have nothing to do with that person according to the philosophy of what a double is. And if I see that person action, you around here not trying to uplift our people, you selling drugs, you doing this here, so you actually is a double. You believe in a double and you are a double by your actions. I see your actions. So I don't want to have nothing to do with you. So I know you a double and I know you worship the philosophy of a double. You know, that's what I was hitting at.
Not fair. Um,
Right, y'all hit some points. Go ahead. Malachi, I see you ain't finished. Go ahead.
yeah. So yeah, I feel you. I was just pretty much saying also with with the God and the devil thing, right? In the theory of this God and devil thing. The problem with it for me is that anyone can be a devil depending on what eyes you're looking out of. You see what I'm saying? There's white people that cross the street, when you're coming down the street, just because they have this philosophy of black people being angry, upset, violent, or these type of things. So they're already prematurely judging you to be a devil just based on philosophy. And this is what the philosophy does, because anybody can be a devil depending on who's looking at it. And this is why our people were caught in a trap in this Bible thing and how they could be worshiping the devil. Because as we know, the God of the Bible a lot of times is the same one who put us black people in bondage. So when you have our people in this religion, this Christianity religion, worshiping this God of the Bible, they are secretly or symbolically worshiping a devil. You see what I'm saying? So all the philosophy you
Let
can
me
bounce.
ask you a question. Hold on. Can I interject and ask you a question, Malachi, before you go too far? How determine, right, that the devil put us in bondage? How do you determine if it was the devil or God that put us in bondage, or did God allow the devil, so-called what the people call devil, because there's no such thing as a devil, like you said, no such thing as a devil.
To me, God isn't one person.
There's a disagreeable nature and an agreeable nature, but
there it goes. That's exactly what I'm saying.
How do you determine it? Because you said the devil put us in bondage, but the devil has no power. If you go by religious status, if you go by the Bible, they ask permission from God to do all the acts that He did. That goes into, like, the other day, someone saying something like that, to that effect, like, like everyone puts everything on the devil. Like, all right, the brother said he had just learned that as Allah has knobs too. If you understand and you read the scriptures, and you read the surahs, and right, that it'll tell you that Allah has knobs too. So if Allah has knobs too, right, people got a misconception that God is all good, and that goes back into what I think James said, hit that point. So again, I'm gonna ask that question: how do you determine if the devil was the actual one that put us in bondage, or was we actually put in bondage, where we simply took him from a place to be placed over here, so those good seeds, that seed of the Most High, be over here, or what you perceive to be God, or Anu, best part of America, because this is where it had to come to? Or is it the devil that put us in bondage? Again, so that's it. I don't want to keep mixing it up. Go ahead.
So when I say God and the devil, I'm not really talking about like one specific being, right? I'm talking about beings. So making it to the Bible, when you said the devil had to ask the permission for God, right? Okay, so let's make this example into today's age. Let's say I'm a jealous type of individual, and you're the God. You're the humble individual. You make sure everything is fair, equal. That's who you are. That's what you do. And me, I'm willing to cheat for mines. I'm willing to, do this and that for mines. And I come to you and I ask you for permission, right, to come in your community. You have to grant me that permission. You see, now you already know my character. You know I made some mistakes. I done stole before. I done did these type of things. But still, you allow me into your community. Now I'm in your community and I begin to cause mischief. And you let me in because you are forgiving and you are merciful. But you let me in, and now I'm in here doing this type of mischief. So I'm making that example to say that the God and the devil in the Bible are actually physical deities. You see what I'm saying? Physical deities that came.
Facts.
One man comes. That's like me coming to you, right? You know how to. You're a government and you're controlling things on a shared economy. I got to figure out, you have the whole world locked down on a shared economy. Everybody's sharing, commerce is equal, everybody's eating. If I want to be a king or I want to be the God in your position, I can't do the same thing that you're doing economically because you already have that part of the game locked down. So I would have to come and cheat my way in or make up some kind of scheme or scam. That's what's taking place in our conscious community today. After the master teacher lost, we got a bunch of little runners up trying to
Facts.
did it. You see what I'm saying? What
Yeah,
they do,
man.
they're actually not the true beings that the master teacher was and that the true master students are. They are actually the magicians. They're actually the ones who are using the sorcery, who are saying, yeah, come out.
All right, there you go. Go ahead.
So this is white magic versus black magic. They're using the white magic. I got the truth over here. Come to the truth. They selling the truth, right? You know, they doing all these things as if the head of that thing isn't controlled by the devil. You see what I'm saying? Everything, when I say the devil, I mean these negative forces or people opposing our true liberation. We're not going to liberate ourselves through food. I see a lot of people talking about diet. That's cool. I like to be healthy. But we've done a lot of things have been done before. And if we really have an overlook on things, no matter who does what, things take place. It always does. Time keeps on moving, whether we're a part of it or not as an individual. Whatever's divine is going to unfold. You know what I'm saying? Who knew these times was coming up? Nobody through the 90s knew these times was going information age and all this type of talk. Nobody really knew what that was. But now it's not just a knowing, you can see it. You can feel it. You know what I mean? So this is a new age, regardless of who tries to say what. I'm just focused on what type of beings are playing their roles, because there's demons that's incarnating into these people just as much as there's angels incarnating into these people.
Right.
That's where I'm at it with it on a devil tip.
Nah, that's right. And exactly what you're saying is, and this is what it's coming down to. Good versus evil, or disagreeable versus agreeable. That get a, or that it starts off in the physical body first, spiritually, mentally, and then it becomes physically. And it has to take place. That's why I say many are called, but few are chosen. And all this all this ties back into how James started it off, and then you asking the question about the Lulu, and then transform into the Homo sapien and the humane and the human, and it goes right back into Genesis, with Cadman and Hawa and Hawa Eve. You know what I mean? The Gaba of her biting of the forbidden fruit, which was only the tree of knowledge. And they say, the Elohim said, now they know of good and evil, now they know what we know. And see, that started the race. Now, Enos comes and mortal man is made. And the extra powers that you had are taken, so you're no longer conversing with God. Now you have to pray, you have to believe in the religion, you have to believe in some unseen force, so you graduate to know that the unseen force is actual force that you can see, the hand, that has eyes, fingers, hands, feet, and then within that self to agreeable standpoint, to where you're able to balance the nature out of disagreeable and agreeable, and to gain that godly crown at the end of life. And we're at the point where these crowns are being given out. So like you say, you have force, you have the opposite of force of opposers that's trying to try to stop those few that are chosen or want to become a living soul to just be mere mortals and deal with books. Because the point I was gonna bring after y'all said that is that, the debates. Um, damn, I just lost my train of thought. The debates surround around facts, reference points, books, and how does one debate a book with spirituality, with upliftment, enlightenment, the new age that you say, you know what I mean, that you're talking about? Because you have those that prophesize and see visions, or that tapped into their spirituality, and they can see down the pipeline what's next, and I was one of those ones. At first, when the hoopla was going around with the new age and all that stuff, I didn't understand it until I came into the new age in my own spirituality in the early 90s, 93 to be exact. And I began to see things that would take place in future times. I knew this time was coming. I knew we would be at this focal point right here where we at right now, and that others would be able to see it too. And like you said, it's a time where these I like to call them rebel beings or renegade spirits, souls, demonic souls, like you said, magicians, sorcery, dealing with white magic and black magic, and and then go back to what James said about the schools. To go back to what James said about the schools of Egypt, and then within that science, now you're dealing with the mummies. You're dealing with the ancestors that was mummified, that died, but they was mummified because it was said that they was able to come. They needed that body to be able to come back, from that high plane to back to this lower plane. When in all actuality, they have none. They have none of those beings mummified. I don't care if they just said they just discovered Osiris' tomb and that's Osiris. That's a fucking lie. It's left here. So there are all those other beings that were true, the true gods. You gotta know and understand that was a school and that was an order. That was like the high priest order of Melchizedek. Osiris and Orion and them had orders too. So other potents or other gods that came into ruling had the attribute along with their physical attribute name. Like there was many Caesars. Niggas thinking it's one Caesar. When now today they're finding out there was many Caesars that had different names. Mark Antony, you know what I mean? Different Maximilia, all these different people. Their titles was named Caesar, but they had an actual birth name, right? You follow me? And so I came into a closer to my point, and that was fly. I like that. And that's where we at. So back to my question. I want to get to that question. This is how we're gonna set the next race off with this. How do you debate facts with spirituality? If I told you I had a spiritual awakening, if I told you that I saw these beings, how can you tell me that that's not an actual fact? You're trying to say these beings don't exist when you're talking to someone that's seen these kids as a child.
Facts.
You feel me? And I still see today, you're talking to a person that had a spiritual awakening that heard the ancestors, that's in tune with the ancestors or the elders, whatever title you choose to call them, or the masters, Anunnakis, Elohim. To the bottom line of all that, once these ones that are appointed over you that talk to you come to realization that it's yourself that's talking to yourself. Now you're in a state to where you have to be your true self, so that whole like being can until you whole, because you already was incarnated. You feel me? So how do you debate facts with spirituality? Somebody explain that to me, please. James, Malachi, McCool. I don't hear you, Terry, and the
Okay.
homie Pop just left.
Okay.
Yeah.
How we debate facts with spirituality. Spirituality is facts, because when you deal with facts, facts is on the verge of proving something, right? So when you're dealing with spirituality, we dealing with something that has to be proven by evidence. And we know spirituality also go into the molecules and atoms as well, because the spirit
Hold
is
on, bro.
molecules and atoms. So that's how we deal with facts, of showing somebody about what a spirit is.
Hold on, um, brother James.
Yes.
I mean, before we get too far into it, I mean, because spirituality, some things can't be explained, bro. Everything can't be explained. You know what I mean? So we're dealing with.
I wouldn't say it can't be explained. Is what I'm trying to say is you're telling. All right, say we in a debate with one of these dudes, or I'm in a debate with one of these guys, and their focal point is reference book. Well, where can I find that? Well, you could find it. I'm saying you could find the facts within those same dialogue and scriptures that you're trying to say that are fake. Master Hooney Baba, I want you to get in on this part because I asked a question at the end of that. These debates, these guys go by their debates is reference book, brother. Where can I find that? So I say, how do you, from coming from our perspective, I'm a spiritual being. How can you debate facts against spirituality? If I told you I saw these beings that you're saying as fake or made up, I saw these beings as a child, and then later on in life, and a spirituality, and I walked into the vortex, and I heard these beings speaking to me, elders, ancestors, whatever title you want to call them, Elohim, Anunnakis, until you manifest to where you realize it was yourself. Now it's yourself talking to yourself. Them to talk to you, to wake you up at a certain point in time, and at the time when you woke up, now you notice you're always constantly talking to yourself. So now, how can they debunk or debate facts with spirituality?
That's a very good question. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Oh my goodness. Phenom, you asked a biggie. So I'm gonna do my best to touch on it. Bottom line is most people, and this is key, most people got so caught up in the sacred spiritual master teacher, and I'm speaking this as far as recently, all the way to what they have read in a religious text or somebody's philosophy or whatever. But only a few that have had that personal experience, and only a few who actually took that long walk on a short path. And you're going to end up, matter of fact, even the Buddhist actually says that in their philosophy. You understand? You're taking that journey to meet yourself. Okay, that's the best kept secret that have been pretty much hidden in all of the religions. Okay, now to delve into what you're talking about, you got people that can only debate what they haven't experienced themselves. And to me, it's like what I would say, Phenom, because like I said, I'm not worried. I know Lost Book of Hooney is real. I know my experience is real. You get what I'm saying? Nobody can debate that. Bottom line is, it's like what I tagged y'all in something that happened to me today. Now, ever since my rebirth, right? Ever since my rebirth of June 13th, 1985, okay, I've been seeing pretty much hawks all over the place. But now, but during that day and time, I didn't have with the technology I got now.
That's a spiritual sign. That's a
Platform,
spiritual sign. That's a heavy sound.
yeah, but there was. Yes, but they was there at my rebirth. They was there, and from that point, just about everywhere I go, it's almost like I can sense where they're around or they'll find me one way or another. And pretty much up until recently, not just the one I tagged y'all in today, but the last one I tagged y'all in. It's like they was following me from town to town. I'm talking about like the same type. It was either the same one or the same type that was following me. I was at the process of taking care of some work, man, and I was just driving like a 35, 45-mile radius. And the same type of hawk or the same hawk, at first it was just one. But when I got to the last one, because I split up into three parts that I'm only going to show, my family, which is you. You're my brother-in-law. You understand? I show you some real exclusive footage that I actually filmed, just like I tagged y'all in today. Now I'm seeing them not just one at a time, but two at a time. See, so bottom line is now for all the people, that may have doubted me, a lot of stuff that I say. First of all, Master Sound Therapist Huni Bach Atun is just not up here doing this for sake of numbers or debate. I want people to see the view, not my personal point of view, but learn to see the view from their own three eyes. And this is something that the average so-called follower, this is why they end up being a damn follower, because they was never supposed to just follow him. They're supposed to mimic and become him to the point where, the things that he spoke about in his personal life, the things that we read about throughout the scrolls and the books, the things that we bear witness to, that we watch, that we, at some point of time of our life, that we would have that same experience. Why? Because there's no difference between any of us. Because each one of us are all in the all. Okay? And each one of us got to go through all things. Now, I normally was going to reserve this for the Master's Way perspective, but I'm going to give us and the listening audience something very exclusive that you probably won't hear from no one else, but you're going to hear it from Master Sound Therapist Huni Bach Atun tonight. The reason why we go through all of these challenges that a lot of people that I refer to as experiences, this roller coaster ride called life, each one of us got to experience all three things in order to become fully one with all in all. Now, sometimes it takes people many different lifetimes in order for to get that. Sometimes during this course of life, and I'm going to say during this time period, from say 0 to 40 or whatever, some of us have died multiple times. Some of us have went through many different changes.
Facts. That's the truth.
And people don't fully understand that. So many people get caught up again into somebody else's story, including the sacred spiritual master teacher, who I love dearly. I know him personally. Okay? Unlike a so-called follower, who never even met the man. See, these are the one I'm talking about. You got some people out here running their mouth and running their lip about stuff they know nothing about. Never took time to get to know him on a personal level. Okay? So a lot of times, this is where a lot of people get stuck at. And either they get stuck religiously or they get stuck somewhere in the so-called conscious community, because it's all based on what somebody else said. But until people really, really take that inner journey to discover themselves in order to become one with themselves, then it's going to be the belief. I don't care what people say. It's going to be nothing but a belief system that may be beneficial or detrimental depending on somebody's own look on life. But that's not what I'm here to do. With the Master's Way perspective, part of my task is for the help, give people the vital tools for them to see the view from their own three eyes. Not my eyes, not no sacred spiritual master teacher eyes, not none of us, even up here on the brilliant mind. I still got to call us that, because I'm talking about some brilliant minds of us who gather, from Nine Ether Boys to James to Tahuti, of course you, Phenom, my twin spirit, all of us. I can go on and on and on. You understand? We're doing the work that was reserved. All of those scholars and ancestors I was speaking about earlier was waiting for us to do what we're doing now. So now I'm going to end that question, what you just posed to me. Some people would never have the experience. It's not because they can't. Hear me closely. It's not because they can't. It's because they chose not to. They're so busy debunking it or debating it and don't believe it and don't want it. Bottom line is, when you take that journey, the inner journey that I took and the Phenom took and most of us took, you understand? To know ourselves. And that's not being, throwing salt or being disrespectful, some form of disrespect to any of our ancestors. No, we can only respect that. We should respect that and love them and appreciate them for what they did. But bottom line is, what do that have to do with us today in 2017 by their calendar? How is that helping us today? Okay? You understand? This is what I'm talking about. One way or another, it's okay for us to delve into, our greatness of the past. But what about becoming great again in this day and time? So that's what it is. So bottom line is, if I came across someone that's stuck on stupid like that, and this is key, this is Master Sound Therapist, Huni Baka, saying this to anyone who's listening, right? If you want to continue to be stuck on stupid, debating on if something is true or not, you don't know until you have your own personal experience. I don't care what you read in some scroll. I don't care what you read in some religious book. I don't care what someone else says besides you. Until you are able to look in the mirror and come in tune with yourself, because all the great scholars have always said this. Whether you want to call them prophets, masters, teachers, whatever, they said that their main purpose is to help bring out the best in you. And I'm one of them. And I'm going to do my part to help do that. But, again, it's only for the people who's really willing, able, and ready. Everyone else is just going to be a thing of the past. It's going to be just like coming and going for some people. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line is, don't waste anyone's time. And don't allow anyone to waste your time. Spend time getting to know yourself about who and what you really are. Because like I did, not only did I find out, who and what I am now, but I started finding out who and what I was in my glorious past, the many times that I came here. You get what I'm saying? That's something I had to learn. But it's a growing process. Okay? So bottom line is, I wouldn't even waste my time with coming across someone. Our duty is to help God. But we know who's got potential and who don't. The people who stuck on stupid, they're going to continue to be stuck on stupid if they continue to worry about other people. I don't care who it is. If they continue to worry more about how it was beneficial to someone else, but if they don't want to take that long walk on that short path or that inner journey, the real inner journey, to know who and what they are as not just a part of all in all, but all in all. Okay? The reason why I say that is because each one of us are all in all. Each one of us have to experience all things in order to fully become all in all. If that makes sense to any of y'all.
Nah, that made perfect sense. Can I sound crazy? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound good. I hear you.
Okay, yeah, that made perfect sense. I like what you said. That's what I was partly what I was looking for, and it goes back into, I think, what Malachi said. James and Master only mute real quick. What Malachi said was that I think a good amount of them did take that short journey on a long path, and they chose a side. They chose to be disagreeable, and that's what I see in a lot of them. It ain't that they didn't reach a spirituality. Them niggas know the truth, but they chose with the path they chose was on the short path was the disagreeable side, and that's what they was incarnated to be. That's what they reincarnated to be, and they doing that work. And you got a mass majority just straight lost. with it. But I agree wholeheartedly in everything you said. And what James said, I want James to finish saying it because, like he was saying, you can find these facts within these same books and scriptures that you're trying to debunk and talk about. It talks about spirituality throughout all scriptures. Clay tablets, ancient sumer, whatever, they talk about it. They talk about spirituality more than anything. They talk about elevating to that growth. And Doc talked about that mostly a lot. You know, and he said he always said it's sad to say a lot of them just ain't gonna fucking make it. Your family members, whoever. And then a majority of them are, they gonna be disagreeable. But it's just those that just not gonna make it. Now I could deal with those that just not gonna make it because eventually they're gonna make it. They probably not gonna make it in this time, spiritual, but they will awake when the awakening happens. Sleep or death. But for those that haven't died, that are here, that know this shit, them niggas is just straight disagreeable. They're disagreeable beings. They're disagreeable souls, and that's what it. They're in tune with their nature. They ain't gonna say it. They don't want to tell you it. With the Nuwapians saying they tides or petites, you know what I mean, or fatites. You know what I mean? I could deal with that pygmies. You know what I mean? Because that's their lineage. That's where they come from. That's where they at. They still in elevation of growth. All right, hey, we don't walk around here with this big hat or this big head thinking that your shit is the shit. It's not, because there's a whole lot of level. Or it's a level way higher than that. You know. And with that, I'm gonna close out on what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna let James. I want to hear McCool say something because McCool ain't say something, but I want to know if McCool here. McCool had a long day. You know, his hours are different. McCool, James, just go ahead. McCool, McCool. All right, the brother probably dozed off for a second. James, go ahead. Malachi typed me. He say be back in 10 minutes. James, James. Oh, James might be busy. Malachi, you got something to say? Did you hear what I said? Or did you hear what
Yep.
Master about to say? Oh, James here. Oh, James, say something, cause I was feeling what you were saying. Break that down. What you were saying. Go ahead, bro. James mustn't want to talk.
No, I was basically I was just through on
On that part, what you said
yeah, on
was
that
what you
part, yeah.
said about the facts. Okay. Malachi, you got something else you wanted to add to that? All right, so I guess we do with that part of the spirituality, the facts, and all that. But that I heard the brother and I don't even want to talk about these brothers yet until I really get to them. But on the brother a brother named Malik that was on the panel with the Chuck Morgan weigh-in thing with the Nuwabi assassin, he asked a Saru a question because Saru claimed that he never you're never gonna hear a Nuwapi and break it down the way I'm gonna break it down. And the brother asked him a valid question. The brother said, so you hold on. You said ain't no Nuwapi ever broke it down the way you gonna break it down? And that came with 76 trillion years worth of information that you could break it down better than him? And some niggas still can't understand that. So you mean to tell me you could break it down better than the man that came with 76 trillion million years worth of information? And then his next question was, have you seen any of these beings? And that always been the thing I wanted to bring to people. And it was crazy, like Malachi said earlier, that there's no new thoughts. We all have the same thoughts or similar thoughts, or what it is like Doc and other people, not just Doc, broke this down, but whatever you send out into the universe, someone picks it, it goes out into the universe and it comes back. And then whoever perceived that message when it came back is the one that put, like like he said, you listening to a song on the radio. Like I heard plenty of songs that I was sitting in my mind writing, or I wrote songs. I wrote lyrics, and I hear brothers say my whole line in his joint, and I never put that joint out. I never went in the studio. You know what I mean? It could be a feeling I'm feeling, an emotion I'm feeling, something I'm thinking in my head, and then a new artist or R&B artist will come out with a song totally explaining, expressing the whole thought that was in my mind. You feel me? So what the brother asked was like, yo, do you got any spirituality that you seen these things happen? And if you haven't, that kills it right there. You know what I mean? That kills it right there, because all right, I believe it. Go ahead, man. Somebody else talk. I believe that. Yeah.
Hey, I want to add on to the bills. Phenom, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead, big brother.
Okay, I gotta say this, man. Yeah, people want to debate. Have you seen the people who look like those in that holy tablet? I'm gonna tell you something. This is Master Huni Bakatoon talking. I'm telling you, I have seen the sacred spiritual master teacher. I've seen him short, standing about 5'7" one time. I've seen him look like he was well over 6 foot, extremely dark another time. I've seen him as Yanu another time on our land. Let me just figure out this. On our land. You get what I'm saying? I've seen him look so many different ways that it defies logic. I ain't talking about, the ancestors within the Holy Tablet. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying the things that I have seen.
And hold up, before you go too far with that part, I want you to clear that up, because they
What's
said
that?
something. They mentioned that right there. They mentioned what you just said, but they said it in a way where sister that said that Doc transformed in front of her. They said, you got these people out here that they seen this man transform in front of them from 5 feet something to 6 feet something tall. But you saying you seen different individually
Through the years,
times. You seen
Phenom, but okay, yeah, I'm going. Okay, I'm not even just talk about years. When I gave him that hand painted pastel painting that I mentioned on my interview, okay, he was looking at Rakim in the face, man. I was standing as close to him. I'm talking about he was standing right next to my
that's a
brother.
son. That's
You
my
get what I'm
cool
saying?
too.
Bro, I'm telling you, and he looked like he was at the top. This was June of 1999. When I took the photo of him, it was an old throwaway camera. You understand? And, I'm talking to him, I took my crown off, man, and gave him a crown, and he's like, man, looking at the symbols, we were just talking. You get what I'm saying? But when I looked in his face, he looked just like Rakim, man. Now, he wasn't chocolate dark. When I saw him as Yanoon about like in 1997, 1998, I'm talking to he was smoke meat black. He was like all black. His skin tone, he looked like he stood about maybe 5'6", 5'7", walking the land, all black, jellybeard. You get what I'm saying? I saw him about 2 months later, looked like he was about 80 years old, man. Looked like he stood over 6 foot. You feel me? The same dude, same tone, same energy. But see, here's the thing, though. Because I really didn't really get too caught up on that. It scared the hell out of a lot of people, right? But here's something that didn't change. This is key. Hear me closely. His energy never changed. I'm going to say it again. His energy never changed. Okay? For any of us who have embraced the sacred spiritual master teacher, who made that silsila, who made that spiritual contact with him, know that his energy is pure love. I'm talking about to the point when we used to travel to Tamaray, we could feel that love. I mean, it's not just excitement. I'm just talking about that pure
No,
energy.
you right.
You
I
could
know what
feel,
you. I
you
know
could
what
feel
you
that for
mean.
miles, man. You
That's a
could feel
fact.
that for miles. When you on the land, I don't care what we was on Tamaray, you could feel his energy. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, my body's even shaking right now just thinking about it, man. Not out of fear, but out of a profound love and respect. So say what they want to say. I have seen him throughout 26, going on 27 years in counting, that I know that the being who I refer to as the sacred spiritual master teacher is the truth. But he's so unique because not only is he doing it, people watch me metamorphosize and change throughout the years as well. Okay? So again, this is not just me being caught up into his story, because it's not too many things that he haven't done that I have done myself in my own personal journey. You understand?
Thank you.
Because that's
I'm
our
glad
purpose.
you said that because I
That's
don't want
our
nobody
purpose.
to think we up here worshiping
No, man.
or we doctor your robots blind.
Nah, they can't. But see, now they can't say that about us, because I know that they can't say that about you. See, now they definitely can't say that about my twin spirit, and they damn sure ain't gonna say that. Much rather get shot and tip slapped in the mouth and try to say that about a master Huni Ba cartoon, because that ain't happening. I say what I say out of love and respect, and that's the Negro's problem. The Negro want to sit back and respect everyone else, but they want to tear down when it comes to one of us. You get what I'm saying? No other nation of people do what the Negro does. The Negro want to pick and find all kind of things. They want to nitpick. Negro, nitpick. Want to nitpick everything. Nobody else does that. So what I'm saying is, those of us who I know, my family, we don't, worship is outdated. I'm saying in the sense that, we looking up to somebody as, No. He was just as real can be. They don't take anything away from his, him being angelic, because we all are. They don't take anything away from him. But what's happening now is people, the Negroes, the so-called disgruntled followers, they're out here throwing salt on the great works that he did. And I'm not letting that happen, not on my watch. You understand? Because this is what I'm talking about. His coming had a lot to do with our spiritual development, and speaking on behalf of myself, because he helped get me to be who and what I am today. And I give him love and respect for that. And I don't say this out of me just a belief, because like I said, I took the time to get to know him. I studied him, studied the books, went through the schools. But his key for Master Huni Ba Cartoon is I studied me more than I studied anything else. Meanwhile, when I was
Facts, and that's
walking
what
through
you were supposed
schools
to
and
do.
scriptures and all that
And
kind of stuff, but I
that's what you were
studied
supposed to
me.
do.
I studied me much more than I studied anything else. So that's why I do what I do today. That's why I became, and even becoming more, because as long as we grow, we're going to become. That's part of life. That's a part of life. Okay, so, back to what you were saying earlier, people can only debate because some people, it's almost like, people who don't have a soul, but they wish they could. They get their little adrenaline rush. You understand? But those of us who got soul, we do it naturally. We do what we do naturally. But you got people that want to mimic and imitate, but like, in my twin spirit, Fatima, she said it better. People can only imitate up to a certain point. But then you got to get to a point where either you have it or you don't. And I'm gonna say this: you got a lot of
That's
people.
right.
You got
That's what happened to a lot of them.
family. You got a lot of family members. That's the only thing that they have. I don't say this out of I love the sacred spiritual master teacher. You get what I'm saying? I got a respect for him and his family. But here's what I'm saying: is this is all they have. It's a last name. They might have the look, but they don't have it. They don't have IT. When I say IT, they don't have it, which is something that you can't buy. You can't pretend when it comes to it. Either you have it or you don't. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you 100,000%.
Anyway, I say this out of love, man. I gotta You know, I got to do what I got to do. But look, ain't no followers here. I got love and respect. And let me say this. There's nothing on this earth that would ever cause me to disrespect the sacred spiritual master teacher or to try to bring him down or throw salt on what he tried to do. Because what he tried to do was to help bring the best in all of us, because it was about all of us, not just him. But the people with the following mentality, they kept looking up to him and want him to do everything. You understand? And that was never supposed to be the case. That was never supposed to be the case. It was supposed to be us doing our part. It's supposed to have been all those spiritual masters that was being raised from the Ansar Allah community, Nubian Islamic Hebrew, Nubian Nation, all the way up to AEO, Ancient Order, Mystic Order, Melchizedek, or whatever you want to call it. We're supposed to have had countless of masters being raised. I'm talking about millions of masters. But too many people have that follow me mentality. Because when you become a master, you got to be responsible for your actions. And this, the master is above God. You see? So you got people still caught up into that God thing, looking towards God is all this, and God is all that, and God is infallible. That's the God phase. But in order to become a master, in which we are, those of us who's choosing to be, right? We're doing the phenomenal things, and we're doing the work that has been reserved for us. This is why we're doing what we're doing today. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, on that note,
that.
Nothing but divine love for you and my family, our holy family. Nothing but divine, infinite love for those of us who's gathering. I still call it the brilliant minds because all of us, it's going to always be that round table. You know what I'm saying? Because the job
this is the round
has
table,
been
baby. It's
reserved.
still the round table. That's a fact.
I love it.
It's always going to be the round table.
Hey, you know that, man. On that note, I'm out, man. On that note, I'm out to the next bill, okay? All right.
Hey, peace. Thanks. Thanks a lot. I should. Poor. Yeah, I like that, what he just said. That was real talk. That's what I'm talking about right there, man. That's what people gotta elevate to the state of being. Those that are out there that still looking to elevate their souls or become a living soul. That's what it's about. You know, you have to put that work in. He never wanted followers. He wanted masters. He wanted 144,000 Melchizedeks, not one. Anybody else got something to say? Malachi, I see you back. You got anything to say? Or James, you want to speak? Or
yeah, I'm back in a moment.
Something else you want to hit on, James? I want to take it to somewhere else. All right, well, I'm bringing to the some news past I think today will be the third day, and tomorrow make 4 in Detroit, Michigan. 100 people, 1 million people lost power. It was a blackout. It was an outage, and that's why I wasn't on Facebook for like 2 days. The power was out. Our power came back on last night, and the key part of that was that I was building with my wife Fatima Makti, and we was building on 90. I took her back to 2003. The last time I was in a vortex, and around the May 5th when the planets aligned and the Bureau was on its way back, all that was taking place. And out in New York, if anybody remember, it was a blackout at 03. for a couple of days. And just as a part, when I got to the part, see, this is where I say spirituality and the facts separate, you know, because people assume to say that, man, that was just a coincidence. But as I was talking about the blackout part, the lights started flickering all the way out. The power went out, and it was what was happening was a storm outside. So a lot of trees was falling, knocking down power lines, knocking down transformers, from off of the poles, things of that nature. But on the news, they estimated 1 million people without power, and then they dropped it down to 570,000. That's still a big number. And I was driving around last night out here, and there was a lot of neighborhoods, especially in the poor neighborhoods or the hood. It was crazy. One block I had power, one block wasn't. Maybe 2 houses lit on one block, and the rest was out. Some blocks fully, totally out, no type of light whatsoever. And this that goes into brother Yahuel always be talking about that they was going to do a test run the past 2 months. It been 3 months. We've been talking about that. Remember when I was talking about what you're gonna do when the lights go out? And we was good. We was fine. Our light within ourselves was on. It was time to do was do family thing, and the family got together and we collectively, you know, mentally connected. No TV, no phones, you know, nothing where you would have to use that mind power, or be able to turn the light on within. You know, we wasn't freezing, none of that situation. She was kind of tight when the lights came back on, because now here comes back the telephones, you know what I mean? People calling, you know, the Facebook, the everything, everyday living that got people caught up outside of themselves with it and their spirituality within themselves. And so like me and Yawel was saying, you know, we saying like, yo, they about to do a test run real soon, and there's video footage on this on YouTube. You can find video footage on where they saying they're gonna do a test run, power gonna go out. White people tell them they're gonna set the fire, they're gonna put the lights out for maybe 2 or 3 days just for a test run, but it's gonna come time when that big storm coming, that power's gonna be out for 3 weeks. A lot of people died up here. You know what I mean? A lot of people died when them lights went out. You know, throughout that, they ain't covered a lot of it. A lot of fires started because of that power outage. Five. One thing they had on the news, it kept running out. One thing, 5 p.m. 5 people died in a fire blaze. But it was a lot of people. There was a lot of fires all over from that. People trying to keep warm, I guess, or whatever was taking place with them for them to fire. But I just wanted to break that news right there to show forth that this is not a game. You know what I mean? Like, get into with yourself. Get prepared, man. Stock up. I was getting calls from out of town. It was snow here. It was storms here. It was a storm. It was storms in DC. Malachi, you said it's snowing like crazy out there where you at. Close to the NYC area, upstate. And these are the things people better get focused on. For those that can't turn their inner self on, their inner power on, you better stock up on candles, get a generator, whatever's possible. Folks may think we was joking when we was saying that shit. What you gonna do when them lights go out? Yeah, nigga, what you gonna do? And we wasn't scared. I ain't never scared. You know what I mean? There was ships. There was ships all over our house. There was around us. You know what I mean? Lights flickering, flashing. You know, outside the window. You know what I mean? And for everyone, they're not gonna have that type of safety net. You know what I mean? A lot of things was taking place. You gotta remember, my daughter was saying she tapped in on her spiritual thing. She was like, "Yo, Dad, there's gonna be a lot of evil demons and wicked spirits out there tonight, gallivanting, having a good time." Wow, that's one of them. That's why Houdini made that song, "Freaks Come Out at Night." You know what I mean? A lot of freaky things gonna come out when the lights go out, man. Be prepared, bruh. Be prepared. Anybody gonna say something? I'm a mute. Somebody want to expound on that, what I was just speaking about. Did you hear me, James? You heard me, Malachi?
Yeah, I heard you. I've been,
Yeah, was you
man, I've been calling on the forces, man. I've been trying to have them into me as much as possible. I'm on that level, because a lot of there's a time right now. Share some experience from myself for the past few years. I've been either being real nice or real mean. You know what I mean? Just to keep it real, it's like, and it's important to find a balance in between that. And I'm sure I'm not the only one going through it. So there's these forces that's trying to enter our bodies, you know, dramatically right now, drastically right now. So it's important to, just keep these forces away. Anytime you're walking alone, talking alone, you know, keep these forces off you, man, because it's a living entity. Everything is a living entity. So it's just like that. I just wanted to share that because that's some real talk. You can feel it running all through your veins, and you got a decision. And when you don't have a decision, the minute you realize you have a decision, you realize how long it took you to realize you had a decision, and that at that point you realize, thinking, you know what I mean? And that's the only way you can look at it because you're outside yourself. So if you get angry to the point where you automatically snap out of it, like, oh damn, I was mad as shit just now, then that lets there was beings trying to force their way into your body. And sometimes they're successful, and that can lead you to be more angry, do more things, or angrier for a long amount of time, which, what I mean? And some people find good out of that. Some people find, or what they decide as good. That goes back into the God and the devil thing, with what people decide as good, because there are people who realize history, all right, white and black. They realize exactly what's going on. They understand all of the oppression, and they still make the decisions to get over. I mean, what do you call that? You know what I'm saying? You can only call that for what it is. There's those who are lost, but then there's those who have the understanding how to get over on the people, and then they utilize those ways. You know what I mean? So those are the ones I'm against, because when you do what you're supposed to do, everything comes to you. The money comes to you, the fame, the fortune, whatever. Not even the fame, but the fortune. You're gonna make enough to make a living. You wouldn't even have to worry about that, just doing what you're supposed to do. But when you start off your mission with a scheme to make some money, that's when everything's gonna eventually collapse, because you're not gonna just give off the proper vibration. You know, people can understand how people figure out how you do business, and they don't want to do business with you. And eventually, everything you invested in, you can no longer keep up with it. You're not making the assets to keep up with it, and things start to collapse. A lot of investments to the streets, drug money, a lot of scheming and ways we try to do things. But back in the day, when I was running around being Muslim, I remember this from the Quran. One of my biggest things from the Quran was, you can't build a house, you cannot build a mosque with 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 scandalous money. The people will receive their blessings, but you wouldn't. So that was for me at the time, when I was real into what I was doing, trying to make an excuse of doing some bad to gain some good, and that came crashing down. It left me questioning myself. What is the path outside of anything? What is the path? And the only path I can honestly say I haven't tried was the path, the 100% path. You know what I'm saying? Of what I'm supposed to do, what I could feel inside I'm supposed to do. Times when you're supposed to say something and you don't say it. When you walk past a person or whatever the case may be. These are all the times when you're supposed to step up to the plate. Start knocking those down. Then you start to see things a little clearer. You start to feel a little better. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. And I just stay strapped with the books on the side, just in case we gotta go there. But real quick on this, on these levels of communication, if I talk to the brethren about hip hop or sports or certain things, then we can understand we're talking to physical deities to an extent. But if I'm talking to you on a level that's, when I hang up the phone, it's gonna be like, okay, that's my bro. Okay, that's what's up right there. Those type of things. It's like a burning coal. What I mean? That keeps on burning. It lasts. You could say one thing and it lasts longer than just a short time. You know what I'm saying? So we got to spread that kind of harmony, in the sense of each one teaching one. But again, facts don't even matter anymore, because people are stubborn. People are disagreeable. They're like, yo, now we got this. This is us. Whatever. These things are turning into gangs, little movements, all these type of things is going on. So everybody ain't shit. Zombies out here, man. I'll be scrolling around, seeing the comment sections and things like that. I don't even comment anymore. First I changed what I was saying, and then I just stopped commenting and stopped elaborating so much on what they got to say, because a lot of people are saying you under the spell when they under the spell, and everybody's under the spell, and the shit just goes back and forth to the point where you understand staying silent is the only way out of this thing. You know what I mean? Staying silent, finding a peace of mind at a time, and then when you come back into the matrix, because you got to agree, Anytime you in a awake state, this shit is temptation, lust, fame, fortune, greed, all these type of things, ego taking place constantly. It's like the fire that drives everything. So to disassociate yourself with that would be the only way out. Just like Dr. York said in one of the classes, when Imam Isa, he said, you want the devil to leave you alone, but you don't want to get out the devil's face or something like that. That's just exactly what it is. We're double-minded, double-tongued. We got into this thing as the beings that we know we are, because we all know who we are. We all know who we are at this point. With all the information all over the internet, people have the choice to agree with things when the facts is right in their face, or they have the choice to stay blinded. But they know that they're making that choice. It's a time of knowing, you know what I mean? So it's a dangerous time. It's a dangerous time. But it's also a time, it's also a good time at the same time. I'm trying to practice on meeting people in their dreams. You know, I wanna I wanna plan a dream. You know, me and a brother, me and a Zamal meet up, plan on meeting up in the same place at the dream and see and wake up, write it down and see if we connected or not. And we practice on things like this. This is how we regain our telepathy. You know, this is how we create that world wide web without the internet. That grid, that world wide web. And if you ever notice that www is 333 inverted, which equals 9, the Ethernet cord. See, it's just a little. That's how they think they rocking. They think they rocking on that 9 ether. So symbolically, that's what they doing. They got all these little encrypted codes and these type of things like that. But that don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. It don't even make sense to figure that out. That was a message given to me. It doesn't even make sense because that was then, and this is now. Those are things that was hidden, that was going on for a long time. We missed out. We didn't know nothing about it. Those times passed, and now we're here. We're in a state of the real Naita, the beings saying that they gods, walking around the planet, talking about ruling it again. So all of the Freemason talk and all of that stuff is old. That's old. That's exploited. They finish. But if you're talking about our story, our story never gets old. Our story never gets old. Our story is the alpha and omega and everything in between. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm ready to shut down phonies who claim they've been walking through this thing, like Chuck Morgan and all of them, who claim they've been walking through this thing. So they should at least have the understanding that they got bigger fish to fry. They should know that they got bigger fish to fry. And so to claim that someone's under a spell, some Nuwabians are under some spell, when they the ones that can't let it go,
Yo, can you hear me? Malika. Hello? James. Malachi. Yeah, Malachi, I was trying to get the Dawn in here. She trying to come in here and say and talk. I just sent her the link. Matt just hit me, said she wanted to come on here. Can y'all hear me? Malachi.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Finish talking. I was listening to you. You say you ready to put an end to these frauds.
Yeah, it's just, 'cause I know exactly what they're doing. It's not hard to tell. See, when you
Yeah.
come doing it right, that's just what we need. These dudes, you know, I stand out in the rain and enjoy this type of nature, type of things. You know what I'm saying? When it's pouring, those are times to get outside, so we can run and hide inside the house, inside of books,
Yes.
but we running away from nature and think we got our spirituality in a book. And again, spirituality is not like a spoken word. It's like a manifested thing. Can't say like, you know, like what is spirituality? Spirituality is just living by the laws, the universal laws. You feel me?
Right.
It's not like seven chakras and all that type of information. That's not spirituality. That's just that's just information. You know what I mean? When you walk into these indigenous homes, Haitian, African, they're not studying this type of stuff. All they doing is living by it. You see what I'm
This,
saying?
oh shit, this some interesting.
Yeah. Press your camera on. Press the There you go. Your icon up now. We got Don Corleone in the building. Miss
Hey,
Set.
Dawn,
How you doing?
let me know if my camera off because I look
No,
like,
it's off. It's off. That's why I told you to do it. It's off. You just your icon with your name on it.
oh, y'all must have just saw my ashtray or something.
Nah, I saw some shit on the ceiling, some posts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
How
Malachi
y'all tonight?
Makuga be mad. We all right tonight. We just up in here setting the record straight. Freestyle Friday as usual.
Yo,
Fake ass
on it.
cronies, Chuck Morgan and these niggas still believing in a mystery. This nigga in jail. On it.
I'm enjoying freestyle. This is my first time tuning in. It's such an honor. I've been enjoying it. The after party, got the Don Nicoleon after party streaming the Freestyle Fridays on YouTube into the after party.
Yes, you do. And I want to thank you for allow my posters to be on your page?
Well, you know, everybody, man, you know, I got to tell everybody, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. You know how we do it.
You got the London boy up in here too, McCool. I think he kind of fell asleep, but he on here. He gonna be mad if he missed you. Hold on, let me wake him up. But you could talk, and y'all could talk or whatever you're gonna do until I wake you.
Okay, well, hey everybody, how y'all doing? Everybody out there. I want to know if people in the after party, can y'all still hear the freestyle show on YouTube? Give me a 1 in the after party if y'all can hear them. I hope they can still hear y'all.
Yeah, you had us in the after party.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay,
You know I was
that's what's
streaming.
up. Okay, you repping the Freestyle Friday, huh? Okay.
Baby, ever since y'all went live, I got y'all
Ever
on. I
since
had
what's
y'all
up?
streaming.
Oh, you did? I was wondering where all them extra views was coming from. I can never figure it out because they don't be on my thing. Where the hell all these extra views be coming from when I finish? It say like 2 people be watching, and then when I end the video, it's like 50-something people was watching.
That's right. You'll never know who's actually listening and tuning in. You'll never know. You know, the eyes is, you can't believe what you see. So it might be 2 people in your chat room, but it might be 100 per people actually tuned in, and 5 people with each 100-person listening in their house with them. So it's amazing if you just count the people
That's
that
true.
you see. So
That's very true. That's very true. Hold on. Now let me get Malachi talk real quick. What the Dawn watch? Get McCool up real quick.
I swear I thought Freestyle Friday when I first tuned in was a whole bunch of freestyling, like rapping.
Nah. We was freestyling with this information.
I thought people was spitting 36 bars or something.
But we was pretty much you know, addressing all the propositions and different perspectives. That this whole thing collapsed and ended up being.
Right.
And what the purpose moving forward is.
Oh, I can see now. Like, it's people who got the little, you know what? I'm not going to try to explain what I'm looking at on the screen. I'll wait. Y'all continue on with Freestyle Friday. I'm just excited about Freestyle Fridays. They're muting mics right now, Neff. This is interesting. This is Google Hangouts. They walk me through.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, he must have fell out. You know, his hours is different over there, but he'll wake up in a second. He gonna be fabulous to find out you was on the show last. But I want you to address some of these things that's going on out here, because dudes want to keep putting your name in their mouth and things of that nature.
What they
If you
talking
want
about?
to, if not, you can talk or whatever you want to talk to them.
What they talking about little old me for? I'm just a woman with 4 children.
Yeah, that's what niggas do. They pick fight with women these days.
I just be minding my business, honey.
You do. Yes, you do. That's right. You got to just show up and run and jump it. You don't even come up out of that circle.
Nah.
No, you came out tonight, though.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of whatever the guy was saying. He said something like, I forgot who else he was talking about though, but I guess his name is Yahshua. But he was saying
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
sure. That's his
He
name.
was like, and Don Nicoleon, I don't know what he said, but I'm just gonna make up some shit he said. He was like, and Don shit, she ain't shit. She part of that same bullshit, just like the rest of
Yeah.
them. Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard that.
Oh, and they just was talking about you on the truck, on the way in for the truck, Sarah called you out and the dude, Sarah called you out, said, yeah, we can get a couple of other these slanders that be slandering on Dr. York, Donna Corleone, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, and the dude stopped him, was like, listen, man, ain't gonna be no more banging on the sisters. I don't care what they say, what they do, cause he tried to bring up you and Sapphire. I don't know who Sapphire is.
I don't know who that is either.
Yeah, something like that, Sapphire. So he said, yeah, get some, and the dude stopped and was like, nah, ain't no more banging on the sister. Malik, I think the
Yeah,
brother
I'm a
name
woman.
is.
I can talk about men all day. Shit. I can talk about every nigga if I want to. I'm a woman.
That's right. Y'all got the right.
But
Y'all got the right.
I would like to know what is a slanderer, because I've never slandered
Right.
Dr. York.
And
In
that's what
fact,
we was
I've never
talking
slandered.
about tonight.
I've never slandered anybody. When I tell it, it's the goddamn truth. So, they just like to use those words like that to keep people away from you. But to me, that's a blessing, because I don't need that many motherfuckers to know how much I love Dr. York. Then they'll be fucking with me, and I don't want them fucking with me any goddamn way. Just because I love somebody don't mean I love you.
That's true. That's true. You ain't gotta put the emphasis hard on that, cause you're
Absolutely
right.
not.
You
That
did
shit
your thing.
be attracting the wrong people.
That's the first show I heard when you did your thing on the thing with the female and the dude, and you was like, y'all stupid motherfuckers believe that stupid shit. But it don't need to go. But explain to me, what's the after hour? What's the after hour thing
Oh, the party.
you be airing us on?
It's a 24-hour interactive chat room. It's 24 hours. We
Oh,
stream a
it's
lot of
20,
shows. Yeah, and you can get on the
24
mic and talk.
hours.
Yeah, 24 hours, 7 days a week. It's open 24 hours. You can stream. We stream other people's shows, our shows on WGAG Network, people music. We run it through the after party, and we just have great conversation.
Oh, so is that like that live thing, this app I be hearing about now called live stream or something like that?
No,
What
it's
channel you
actually
got going?
it's on paltalk.com. So it's an interactive voice chat room in text. It's an app. You install it either on your phone or your computer, or what I'm saying, and you can set up a room, and it's 24 hours a day. We stream the shows just in case people can't actually get to our show, or what I'm saying, it's more intimate, what I'm saying? So it's an intimate type of setting. But we just 24 hours in this bitch. So we stream all the WGAG radio shows and some of other people's shows. Other people get on the mic and they might stream some shows from YouTube or Blog Talk or whatever, what I'm saying? Just to get people, just to keep
Power what?
this.
Say that. I'm about to write it because I'm writing it down now. Power
Yeah, Pal Talk.
Power
I'll put
Talk
it in the little yeah, it's Pal.
inbox or something. All right. Or in the thing where you just messaged me at. Okay.
I was gonna put it
Power
in your
Talk.
little YouTube thing, yeah. And
Okay.
yeah, but the name of our room is called Don Nicoleon the After Party. That's our room. But it's
Okay, I
damn near,
got you.
yeah. You have to get your own room, and you can have up to a certain amount of mics. You can just do what you do. You can stream, you can talk, do all that, baby.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what I'm talking about. I appreciate that information right there that you passed on. But yeah, up in Freestyle Friday, you know, it started off with Set the Record Straight. That's the name of the actual Set the Record Straight. And then later on, as we was doing the Set the Record Straight, Truth is Truth, came up with the thing Freestyle Fridays. You know, live ETHERIAN news straight from the ether. Then we do the Saturday night shows is night lights, live and direct from the ether, you know, things of that nature. So it's just a push it on. Then my wife got the show she do on a weekend. She do on Sunday. She do the opportune. He was the brother. He was just saying here. He was talking older master teacher. He do a sound therapy with my wife. They got a sound therapy and healing show.
Oh, that sounds.
And she got one where she do on her own for females alone. Sounds what's up. You know, that's it.
Sound real good. The elder, the one that you just talked about, that's the one that said, if you got it, you got it.
Mm-hmm.
You
That's
got it, or
that's it.
you don't got it.
That's right. That's how he broke it down. That's the one that said it. That's right. He said
So
you
I
got
said,
it.
boy, that's what you
Yeah.
tell them. If you got it, you got it. If you don't got it, then you don't
Got it.
have it.
That's a fact, you dope. You lost out here sucking better shit. A
You
robot, a zombie. Walking Dead. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's all we got going on, man. Just try to set these fools straight. But they don't be saying we started out, I don't know, we had the blog talk radio, Brilliant Roundtable. And I met somehow I got onto somehow I happened to see Summer show with a sorrow with McCool and London Boy, 9 the boys. And I told Asaro to throw that link out there. He threw the link out there. I jumped on there. Prince York, he called Prince York. The next it was so good. The next night he said, "Yeah, I want to do another show." And the next night Prince York was on there. A little back and forth with him. And then Asaro said he wanted to do some things with him, but he a flaky dude. You know what I mean? He a flaky dude. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna start my own shit. This how you do to hook this shit up. Hang out, and I just started doing. I ain't got time to be waiting for nobody bullshit for entertainment purposes. I ain't out here for entertainment. I mean, I can't entertain, but you know, this ain't about entertainment. We can entertain, though. That's why it's Freestyle Friday. You do what you do. It's entertainment, poetry, rap, whatever, news, whatever. You know, that's all basically. At the same time, we putting it to the people's ear that's listening.
Well, I gotta give Asaro a shout out though, because that nigga be putting up Dr. York classes. Like I don't give a fuck what he say about me.
Do no, that's a fact. That's a fact. I give him that point.
Tell him to keep them damn True Light tapes and Factology and all that shit. Tell him to just do his fucking job and keep them videos up.
Right. Right.
That's all that fucking matter. Fuck the slander. If I'm a slanderer, you can still do your goddamn job, motherfucker. I'm gonna do my job. Just do your job. I really appreciate him doing that.
Yeah, I appreciate that too. You know,
that's all that matters. Keep posting Dr. York shit up, because you can't teach shit. You don't know what the fuck you be talking about. So just keep uploading some True Light tapes, some Factology, some Relaxing with the Etherians, some Zed Fest. Keep doing that, honey.
That's right. Keep doing what you do. Stay trapped in that maze of that matrix in that dimension that you in. You know,
Yeah, because his videos, he be putting up Dr. York videos. That shit is important. That's what he need to keep going.
It is.
And I think everything extra that he's doing is a distraction. Find all Dr. York
right.
shit and put it on YouTube.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I say the
Yeah,
same
everything
thing.
else.
All
Yeah,
that.
maybe them guys came to him to distract him from finding more Dr. York videos.
It's a fact. That's right. That's right. And again, you trying to get into an arena that's not your arena. You know, stick to.
Yeah, shit. Find the master teacher shit, shout it, so we can keep learning from him.
Find him. Keep looking, right? Yeah. Where you gonna free him from? He already free.
You know that's a free man.
It's all day long in America.
Only people that don't know he's free are the ones that ain't free. The slaves. They don't fucking know that man is free.
Thank
Only
you.
slaves don't know.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you made that clear, loud and clear. There you go.
That man always been free, honey.
Allow that. He bad because I'm out in jail. He said he is in jail. And that Yahshua character was supposed to be a family member of mine. And we were supposed to help him out. I was helping him out, about to help him put his next books out. And he got mad because I said the black woman God. Up now, what about the men? I said, well, the men been running this thing for a long time. You know, remember when Doc said the woman was gonna have to take over? Them in their proper place. When we gonna put them up front? You know, I'm not taking from what you said. I guess he felt some type of way because another female was on the phone, whatever. But that's a Saru's teacher now. You know, he been mentoring him for a couple years now, for like 3 years.
Who the fuck need a teacher after Dr. York?
Well,
Something ain't right there. Right, teacher after Dr. York. That means obviously the master Dr. York was never your teacher.
There you go. You was a follower. That's all you was. Like he said. Like y'all nigga mean, what you following me for? Don't follow me. I ain't come here for you anyway. I ain't come here for all of y'all anyway.
I'm sure did.
Yeah. All these motherfuckers running around here with this bullshit. Look at what they doing. They freestyling. That's why I got Freestyle Friday. I got some freestyle for you, ass. Real. Man, I appreciate it. The brother Matt, I'm gonna shout out the brother Matt West because he the one that he hit me in my inbox and told me you was out. Check my chat that you was out there. You was trying to get in. I was like, you said check the chat because I ain't front like I'm some technician or something. My wife do all that stuff, so I don't know how to master it. Check the chat and I mean. You know what I mean? Usually ain't nobody out there saying shit. No way. Too tough, unless it's us. Once in a while, I check it. Tonight, we was just so into a groove. I checked it like once. I put a Rahu is out there, and that was it. I big you up for that one, brother. You always stay in tune. But on anything else you want to say while you on here?
Shoot. Nah, just
promote your shit, whatever.
Nah, just God bless everybody and may heaven shine upon you. That's including
right.
The other cats on the other side of the fence.
That's true. That's right. That's right.
And I understand, forgive them for they know not what they talking about. They know not what they know. Hell, I don't even know. I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? So
you funny. You do that. But that's real shit. What you said though, forgive them for they know not. That's right. We ain't heartless, cold-hearted people out here. We may sound like it when we cut into that ass, but we ain't cold-hearted people at all. Some motherfuckers need that stern ass whipping, verbally or
Yeah, but I
physical.
understand everybody, you know what I'm saying? You know, hey, the nigga said he was shaking a tree. So,
Mm.
you know, it's all part of the shaking the tree. When I decided to hold on or to take Dr. York, I was a young girl, very young, and to accept him regardless of anybody else. I didn't fuck with everybody. I only fuck with Dr. York. So I'm not here for none of these motherfuckers. So I don't know anything about when they say family, we need to come together and do this. I'm not even part. I only fuck with Dr. York. That's it. And I'm not the person to say I fuck with anybody that fucks with Dr. York. I don't even roll like that. You know what I'm saying? You know how everybody be like, oh, if you love Dr. York, then I fucks with you. No, I don't give a fuck if you love Dr. York. I don't fuck with you. I just fuck with Dr. York. That's the man that saved my life. You know what I'm saying? And if he saved yours, then our life
Facts.
should be better. Our
Facts.
life
That's
should
right.
be better. And it should get better and better and better and better. And I'll just
Right.
meet you at the top. Well, like we say, if we really family, then I'll meet you on one of them shams. But
There
while
you
we
go.
on earth, I can't trust no goddamn body. That's
That's
the only
right.
man I trust. That's it. So I'm not with the fucking Nubians. I'm with Dr. York. That's who I gave my life to. That's who I gave my life to. That's who I said, you know what? I have nothing but extreme trust in. So do whatever you will with me. I didn't say that shit to nobody else. I ain't never gave nobody that. Got myself, my soul. I've been doing this my whole fucking life. Before I had a cycle, I was with that man. I ain't with nobody. I'm not my brother. I'm not with my mother. I'm with him. This is a this is a solo mission. It say you walk alone on your path, but you're never alone.
That's right. That's another fact. That's right. That's how it works.
Yeah, so I don't give a fuck what a Nuwabian fucking say or one of his followers or his fucking nutsacks, his goddamn sons. I don't give a shit. And speaking of his sons, my mother took all his goddamn sons in, gave them shelter, took care of them motherfuckers. All his sons stayed at my motherfucking mama's house. This shit deeper than these fucking
I was
niggas.
just about to
And
say, deeper than rap.
this deeper. This is a family affair. This real blood. This is different. This is what they don't know. Sweetheart, this is what none of these motherfuckers don't know. I ain't no fucking Nuwabian nigga. I'm family. I'm not a fucking follower of Dr. York. I'm blood.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Knowledge right there
It's
all
different.
day
A little
long.
bit different, right, motherfucker. So, you know, we have family spats, we have family squirrels and shit, but we still help each other. We still look out for each other. Me and Ibrahim done fell out once. Ibrahim and my daddy, my brother, and everybody done fell out 100 goddamn times, but we'll come to that boy's aid right now. We'll fight amongst ourselves and we'll kick your ass. That's what we do.
That's right.
We're family.
Ibrahim real though.
Yeah, this is what they don't know. They don't fucking know. They talking like I'm a goddamn Nuwabian bitch that decide to lead a march or something. No, the fuck I ain't. I ain't that blonde head bitch. I'm not Nifu. I ain't fucking Rochelle. I ain't none of them bitches.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
This is no fly by night. This is my fucking life. This is my life here. This is all I know, honey. I know nothing
And
else.
that's what you gotta protect. You're right. Gotta protect that.
Yeah, this is all I know. He's all I know. Whatever the fuck I want to say about his fucking ass, but it still ain't gonna change that he's all I got. I ain't got nobody. This man has fucking helped me send my children to college. How many of y'all can say that shit?
Gangster.
The hell is you talking about? This man
That's that
takes
Dr.
care of
Love
me.
right there. That's that Dr. Love right there.
Oh man, you damn right. Shit, that's the love man all day. This nigga gave me his Rolodex. All the important people throughout the world. He entrusted me with shit that he'll never give any fucking body.
That's a fact. That's him.
You think I give a fuck what these low-life motherfuckers saying about me? Fuck no. That's nothing. They can't even match the shit that I've already done. They can't even match it. They can't even match whatever Dr. York gave them. They can't even match what Dr. York gave me. They can't even touch it.
Yeah.
All they have is memories. I have the future. All they got is the past.
That's right. Like that old saying, can't hold a candle to this shit.
Hell no.
Can't hold a candle to this shit. That's what I be talking about. That's what I be trying to tell them. Yep, that's real talk. Everything you just said was right now. That was true. It's facts right
I
there,
can't
man.
lie. I lie. I cannot make this shit up.
You ain't lying. I know you're not lying because I got that same love from him. I got that same love from him. Those that truly were in the know, those that are truly chosen, he gave it to us from out the ears. That's a fact. Once he told me he was surrounded by nothing but disagreeables, that was enough for me on the land in 9-7. But I never was like that anyway. I wasn't clinging to them. I was sent to that man. I wasn't no motherfucker told me to find him, the man in white. 9-3 before I walked in the vortex, before I knew what a vortex was. I got to call him before I even knew what a calling was. I mean, on that level. I found him. It was confirmation. It was me and myself solo on that motherfucking journey, like you said. I carried a couple people with me, brought something in the game, but shit, I was solo dolo, baby. I came to get my confirmation to keep it moving, joining and being on the Wappy. Yeah, I came for what he called for. He called for the chosen. He called for the very few. That's what he told us. He said, I wish I could have y'all around me, but I know y'all out there doing that work like y'all supposed to. And you be able to guide them. Them niggas was sick. Them niggas is sick. Sitting up in line with that man talking about he writing some pot rocks and actual facts. That man ain't writing none of that shit. Believe it. You could trick all them new wop. That's why y'all call them new woptillions. I mean, that's what I call them, the woptillions. My bad. They call them what? New wapians, or new wapu, shit, wapi, whatever the hell. I ain't with none of that P, woo, new shit, none of that. Lying. The day they told me he was locked up, I said that man ain't in jail. The day I found out, I said, y'all believe that shit? You talking about? You know who you talking about? They make them look weak. And they call themselves loving them and bigging them up. And carrying on, but you making them look weak. You talking about this man sitting in the AX Max underground suffering. You talking about? You seen this shit. Your eyes must ain't see what I seen.
Yeah. Everybody know them goddamn Pontarac bullshit ain't real. It's just the new Fubians. They fall for everything.
Yeah, they fall for every and anything. Every and anything. Let a motherfucker tell you what not to read. How you gonna say that man his man information is outdated?
Ain't no way in hell that shit is outdated and it's being confirmed every goddamn day by
Day.
scientists, astronomers, doctors, fucking anthropologists. Even Russia came out with an article 3-4 years ago, said the planet Earth was hit by a fucking craft which split that bitch in half and turned it to a fucking moon.
There you go.
And it hit the center of the earth, creating a damn. Russian scientist said that shit.
Cause I think I heard you. I think I caught a show or something where you said something like that too, to the same effect of what you was just saying. And that's true. He said when I stop talking about it, they gonna start talking about it.
That's right. That's
Stop
right.
talking about this shit, they gonna start talking about it. And cause they gotta get you prepared for what's coming. So watch these. I remember in '99, 96. He said, watch the movies and stuff. Especially when Independence Day came out. He said after this movie, he said you better pay attention to the movies and the news and everything, cause I'll tell you this shit is real.
All right. I remember when I'm arguing with some retarded ass nigga talking about Dr. York made up ether. Next thing you know, goddamn, they doing movies all about ether. Ether's all over the place. And then Oprah Winfrey say some shit last year talking about when she die, when she leaves and travel through the ethers, they're gonna ask her how was it down there, and she gonna say I did that earth thing, baby. She said when I traveled through the ethers.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's real shit right there.
let not me add the fact that on Luke Cage, Marvel comic Luke Cage on Netflix, Stan Lee, whoever wrote the shit, but it's Marvel Comics, put in the damn script for one of the black guys to ask the other black guys, do you understand what I'm saying? And the guy said, I understand what you're saying. In the damn movie.
Yep. I
Now,
watched that. Yeah, good.
where that come from? That Marvel comic right there, boo.
Back that shit. That we could take it back there where he told us what's the movie Denzel Washington was in when he was playing the pops of what's this dude, the basketball player for Ray Allen. And he said, I overstand on the basketball court. Doc said, you see it?
Yeah. Yep. Yep. They know that shit. They
Yeah,
know who
but then
he
you
is.
got these new niggas these days say, oh, that came from I was in when I was not to bring that up, but when I was locked up in prison, niggas gonna say, oh, the Jamaicans made that up. The Jamaicans made overstand. I'm like, what?
Please. Jamaican can't make shit up. What are you talking about? Ain't got no goddamn sense.
Yeah, but you're right. They now yeah. I was watching Sonetta last night. Ethernet cord. He told Prince Young. He said, nigga. He said, bro, what you got over there? You gotta step your game up. You see how clear my picture is right now? You see me? He said, man, you gotta get the Ethernet cord. Everything is Ethernet, Ether this, Ether that now. Just like when he said, they were smaller they were smaller,
Biaps, quartz, and zeddies.
exactly. Now you got Zet, bias, all that shit all over science now.
Yeah, that shit in the school books now.
Yeah.
Kids are learning about it. My children already knew about it though. Shit.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's
My
a fact.
babies been knew about the biop zeddies in courts before these goddamn dead zombie children had to fucking learn that shit in public school system. My kids been knew.
We got these fools like this fool Chuck talking about this shit plagiarized. Man,
Whether
niggas
it's
don't want to.
plagiarized or not, it's still something. It's still required learning. Who gives a fuck if Dr. York plagiarized it or not? That doesn't matter. It's still required learning. You can't get a fucking degree in shit unless you know that shit in his books.
That's
The
a
same
fact.
information. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
My daughter, her first year in college, this is her fourth year though, but her first year in college in biology, the teacher asked everybody who was here first. They said, man, the teacher, my daughter raised her hand and said, woman. And the teacher asked her why. My daughter said, because of mitochondria DNA, yada, yada, yada. And the teacher said,
wow,
damn, right. The rest of the
wow,
black kids lost their mind, got upset because art, religion told them that Adam was here first. But in order for them
wow.
to pass that class, you got to give up that bullshit and you have to pass that class and deal with mitochondrial DNA. That was biology 101. My daughter already knew that shit. So even though they want to say he plagiarized, it doesn't matter. His books were the only books that I taught my children on and myself. And now my daughter is a busy fucking pre-med. That shit helped her. That's in the same books. That information. That's why Dr. York say you don't believe me, check it out. Then where else will you find it? So where it's not plagiarism. And he never claimed any of that shit to be his anyway. It's you have to, if
Thank
you
you.
don't believe him, check it out. That means either go to school or watch some goddamn National Geographic fucking show. Or go to the library where they bury the lies. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter
Wow. I
who gives
remember he
a
used to say that. He said, I
they just
remember
want to
he used
say
to say
shit.
that, bury the lies.
They just want to say
Uh,
things that it really doesn't
yeah.
matter. What he plagiarized. My daughter still passed all her goddamn classes just off of his books. Meanwhile, her textbook come from Texas, but before it came from Tamaray, so she had plenty of. She was already ready to ace every fucking thing Mr. White Man had to fucking teach her. She already knew.
And that's a fact
She
with it
already
with the
knew.
Nubian children,
Hey,
those that had to go
she knew
back to
about
other schools.
cloning. She know about all that shit. And now she in school, got to fucking take tests on cloning, DNA, all that shit. That shit there is, he's a master teacher. It's not a religious book. It's all textbooks. And all this shit is fucking school books. It's not fucking religion. It's all
Thank you.
school. It's not
Thank
like,
you.
it's everything in that shit. It's
Glad you said
language.
that.
Yeah, I mean, these people need to wake up. He's a teacher.
Right.
So, goddamn, the only teacher that we know that wrote books on every subject to prepare our children. Not for us to be debating on whether or not he plagiarized it or not. Who gives a fuck? My baby got an A, nigga. My baby got an A.
That's what I'm talking about. And a whole bunch of other Nubian children that came from up out of that sector. Got all type of degrees and bachelors and masters. And
That's
motherfucker,
right.
I remember when motherfuckers was getting when motherfuckers was getting Nobel Peace for dot work. Remember when we broke down the circle and the square being one, and you could put the circle inside the square. Nigga got a Nobel Peace Prize off of that.
That's right.
You
Hey, my
know,
nigga, my boo was able, my husband was able to pass his board exam, medical board with Dr. York books. That's how he passed it.
and you right. And I was explaining that earlier. He never. How you gonna
That's why if you don't
plagiarize
plan,
something?
if you
There
don't,
you
if
go.
you tell these niggas, if you don't plan on doing shit with your life, just pass the damn Dr. York books over to the children. Cause goddamn it, if you ain't doing shit with them anyway, let the kids get that shit, so they can become something, an astrophysicist or something.
There you go. There you go. That's a fact. But y'all slow ass and remedial. These niggas is remedial.
I'm trying to figure out how the hell the holy tablet's outdated when it's still babies being born. What are you talking about? It ain't outdated as long as their babies being born.
I like that synopsis. I like how you put that.
Yeah, don't the babies need to know about G-force and Armstrong and the speed of light and the circumference of the planet Earth and the moon and the other planets and shit like that? And how long it takes for gestation and the procreation concept and inception and zero time reference? Don't they still need to know that? So as long as babies being born, that information is not outdated. That's information being
That's
taught.
another one for him right there. Zero time text.
Being
There you
taught
go.
That information is being taught in the private and public school systems. That shit in the holy tablets right now.
That's right. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Don't they need to learn the elemental chart or the periodic chart? That shit in the holy tablets. How the fuck is that outdated? As a matter of fact, this nigga was the first one to say Pluto is Gaga. Goddamn 2000, they come out and say Pluto is Gaga.
There you go. There you go. Like I
So need to
said,
know what that is. As long as baby's being born, ain't none of his shit outdated. Because they got to teach it in the school system.
that's right. That's right. There you go. Drop that shit. Motherfucker think you don't know some
Don't
shit.
they need to know about photosynthesis? Don't they need to know about the dinosaurs and all the three goddamn species of the dinosaurs that was running shit? That's some powerful shit in that holy tablets. Them kids, when they in elementary, they have to our children already know that before they go to school. So they ace it.
That's a fact. That's right.
Talking about is fucking what a fucking
Outdated.
place outdated. Get the fuck out of here. Long as National Geographic still talking about dinosaurs and making dinosaur movies like fucking Disney, that shit ain't outdated, nigga. If Disney come out with another Land Before Time, it's time to open up the holy tablets again. Fuck is you talking about? God,
Oh shit. Fuck, go ahead, run
fuck.
that shit. That's
I'm
what they
sorry.
need to hear. No, you
Listen,
right. No, you ain't sorry. You ain't gotta be sorry. Run that shit.
I can talk this all till y'all
But
get
that's
tired
what
of
they need to
listening.
hear. They need to hear women in this shit. They need to know that there ain't no women. All women out here ain't dumb and ain't stupid, man. They live in the facts. They being who they are to go out to this planet. They need to hear that coming. And I don't think them niggas can stand up against it. Stand up against my wife. You know what I mean? They
I'm
want to
just
get to
saying,
calling
long
y'all
as
all
baby's
type of
being
bitches and
born,
shit.
long as baby's being born, I'll be a bitch, but as long as baby's being born, them books gonna stay relevant.
That's a fact. They
Fuck that.
always gonna be relevant. And to get that that plagiarized part, how can it, like you said, like I was saying earlier, was how can he plagiarize someone? He said he was turning us into Julius Scholars, and that we all collectively, he got a group of Julius Scholars that go out and get this information, and then he had this man Zachariah stitching books in the back of the scrolls. Like, you new dummies don't see this. You fall for the dumb okey doke shit, but not knowing if you had a real old scroll, you would see all Dr. Zachariah Stitch's books back there to show you, like he said, I ain't the only one talk about it. Since y'all love to take it
That's
from the
right.
white man, well, the white man got the same shit in his book over here.
Right.
This white man got New World Order shit over here, Illuminati shit over here. So I ain't the only motherfucker talking about this shit. It's right here
That's
for
right.
you. Now, if you want to read it, here go all his books in the back of the book. Let's see if I'm making this shit up. them parts out. See all these older motherfuckers that was down, that's disgruntled and mad, or became disagreeable beings because that's what they
They mad because
nature truly
they ain't
was.
getting no pussy. They
Yeah.
mad because they
Get no money.
that's what they pissed off for.
And they was living up under somebody's tabernacle, broke, sleeping on the floor, wherever the fuck they was sleeping at. Well, that's what your dumb ass chose to do.
That's right. Ain't nobody tell you to do that shit but you.
Exactly. Now you want to call yourself debunking some shit. Man, please. Ain't no black man in history. No Diop. Nobody did this shit he done.
Yeah,
Where he
true.
did it.
Ain't nobody did it. Ain't
And
nobody did it.
these niggas bring up
We get
everybody and
tired.
their mama out their ass. These niggas bring out every black motherfucker they can and try to skip all around his name, get all the praises, save Ben and all these other motherfuckers, and then they just skip right over it like it was irrelevant. Down inside, like he used to say, nigga, they my number one motherfucking book seller. Them niggas at the top of my book orders. All these nigga, they at the top. Farrakhan was the one, nigga. Before I could bring out a book, the motherfuckers ordered. He said, but I don't give a fuck long as the information get out there. You ain't got to give me no recognition.
Yep.
Recognition.
That right.
You getting that information. You put that information out there. That's it. Hey, that's it.
That right. Yeah, it doesn't matter what they say about Dr. York, but they cannot touch the goddamn teachings. They can't touch it. It doesn't matter.
They can't. I
It
can't.
doesn't. It does.
Fuck
I don't
they
defend
study.
Dr. York. I don't defend Dr. York. Dr. York got that shit. That's a man of many accolades and many disrespect and many love and much hate and
His
all of
work's
that.
there to speak for itself.
Hell yeah, I'm not finna defend this man. But I tell you one thing, you come toe to toe with me with some fucked up shit, I'm gonna beat your ass with this right knowledge. Shit. You
That's a
gotta be
fact.
saying
I
those.
know you will.
I use that goddamn shit. I use that right knowledge like a sword. I don't think you want it. Yeah, they just want to piss off people about Dr. York, though. Don't let them get you on Dr. York. Dr. York can handle these niggas on his own. We stick to teaching. That's it. Don't let them distract.
That's all I stick to. That's it. I don't be on that shit defending him and what y'all say, all the other shit. I stick to right knowledge, nigga. Period.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
these
I'm on a
babies,
whole nother
man.
plane. That's it. I'm
The
on a whole
elders
nother
said
plane. There you go. Say it again.
that dude that you had on earlier, that one, you got it. If you got it, if you ain't got it, then you ain't got it. He was
And
like
look
that.
how you got it.
He was like, yo, that debating shit is over. We got children we need to get this information to. So prepare them for college. They'll already be ahead of the game. We don't got time to be arguing with these washed up motherfuckers. We got to teach the kids, the babies, this shit.
There you go. You right. You right on time with that. On time with that.
Yeah. Let them fucking be
Do that
delusional
shit.
and talk bitch. But,
That
you know,
crazy shit.
their own kids, their children by doing that. You know what I'm saying? When I would do the show, my children would be around. You know, you don't even know if kids listening. I know these niggas got kids around them. You need to be teaching if you're going to be talking so they can be learning.
Right. And what is you teaching them? Since you got all the correct
Oh,
answers, what
teaching them,
the fuck is you teaching them?
like Yahshua, he teaching them that Don Nicoleon and the rest of us, y'all niggas that's on the line ain't shit. That's what he teaching them. He ain't teaching them about nothing that can assist them in life. He's not teaching them purpose.
Right.
Just ain't got the nerve to be gossiping, and I'm the queen of gossip. Just gossiping when Yahshua. I heard that shit,
That's a
Yahshua. I
fact.
said, man, I said,
That's
this
a
nigga's
fact.
gossiping.
Like a
You better
bitch.
not have no children around. Because anything come out of man's mouth, he should be teaching and educating. especially if
Not,
it's children around.
not cracking like some hen. Leave that.
Yes, exactly. Because kids can hear. They hear everything. This is why some of our kids still fucking deaf, dumb, and blind like the parents. Because when the parents open their mouth, they're not educating. They're not teaching. They're just talking.
Right. Right. Wow.
Yeah, them babies are listening. Shit, even if they sleep, sound travels.
Let's see. There you go. There you go. Right to the brain. That's right. Right into their mind. Right through their cerebral cortex.
Subconscious while they sleep. Yeah, that shit going to their subconscious. Shit. So, you know, we got to be mindful of the subjects that we're going to speak about. As long as the babies ain't around, I guess you can talk about a whole bunch of people bullshit. But when them babies around, you better start sounding like a scientist, motherfucker. A doctor or some shit. You better switch
Said
your
professor.
conversation up.
Yeah,
Better switch your
professor or
conversation.
something.
Sound like an economist or something. Speak about finances or something. You better switch that conversation when them babies around.
That's a fact. You ain't lying.
We don't want to lose the
Wow.
next generation, baby. Off of these foods,
We
distracted
can't.
from that.
We not. Shit. These motherfucking babies more intelligent than these niggas. Oh shit when they hear it. Unless they already got. They know bullshit when they hear it.
Yeah, they got us. The 70s. I keep hearing that shit. He said, man, we overlooked that the
70
devil
babies.
was
Yeah.
children. That's talking about us. We overlooked it. We were all in trying to get our lives together and not giving it to the babies, and the devil was after the kids. That was us.
Yeah, I
We
loved
all
it when you
trying to
said
be
that. I was there for
intellectual,
that
trying to
class on the
knowledge
in
and shit up.
Ramsey. Yeah, for that class in Ramsey. Yeah, I heard him when he
That
said
was
that.
that was in New York. Just an album.
He said it again though. The first time I heard it was in 97 and day in Ramses. Yeah, that was the first time I heard him say
Yeah,
that. The
I
first
was.
fruit, faithful but not truthful. That's the first place I heard it when he was calling them all type of niggas. He said, "Y'all niggas gonna let them niggas just run up on here and take me." He said I wasted 30 years fucking with y'all. And it wasn't y'all, it was the 70 babies on up that had
Yeah,
my attention on
yeah.
that shit. That's why I fuck with the Snoop Doggy Dogs and the Wu Tangs. I love it when he said that shit. I
That's
said I
right.
ain't never went back. That's it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. That's real. The 70 babies. Yep. On up. Wow. Yeah. I like that. I appreciate you coming on here doing that too.
Well, thanks for beaming me up.
Always. You already know. Always. That's what we do. That's what we gotta do. The truthful ones.
Yeah,
Not the
this is he.
concealers. Not the concealers. Them niggas is concealers.
Yeah, he's
Uncontrolled.
yeah. That man is that's one of my favorite subjects, Dr. York. I can talk about that shit for days with no sleep, no fucking food. That's my subject.
There you go. Me too. That's a fact.
That's my
That,
subject right there, boy. Everybody,
that
you mentioned that, boy. Shit, I
that's
wake up. That's
that's
my subject right there.
food, clothing, and shelter right there all day long. You can
That's right.
Can live off the ether.
That's right. We live off ether.
Fucking with him,
That's
we live
right.
right off the ether. Shit. Wow, man. We gotta do this again too, man. Probably gonna have to come on your show or something.
Yeah, man. Come on through, man. Mi casa, su casa.
That's a fact. That's how we do it. So got
Well, it's certainly. I don't know if
some
you still
things
have
come
some
through the
more.
works.
I don't know if you still have some more callers on the line. So, and how long is your show? But I'll sit back and continue to listen. Thank you for having me.
Nah, you welcome. You end it. That's how it's gonna go out, just like that. Once you finish, we out of here. I've been on here since 9:30. Sometimes we be going 8, 9 hours. I stopped doing that. People don't have time to be listening to 8 hours, but so I started shortening it to 3 and 4 hours or whatever. Whenever we feel like stop talking, that's how we do it around here. Or till we fall asleep on the phone. It be time. We fall asleep on this motherfucker out. Wake up, kick it still. But for real, yeah. So you want to say anything else before we break up out of here?
No, sweetheart, only that it was a pleasure. All praises due to the Most High Highest, Elionel. Special shout
That's
out to
right.
you and your family, your beautiful
Thank
wife,
you.
your children, all the brothers that called in, the elders, everybody that tuned in. And just thanks. Special shout out to, what's his name, Mathis?
Matt West. Yep.
Yeah, that reached out to you and told you I wanted to come in the house. Appreciate opening the door.
Always. Like you said, Mukasa Isaka. And my tongue tied right now. Mikasa.
All
Yeah,
right, babe. Y'all be safe. Y'all have a rewarding, strong beginning, not a weekend. Just tag me
that's
anytime.
right.
Come on over to my page. Let me know what y'all got going on.
I bet. I got you. I
Give your
appreciate it.
wife,
I will do.
give Fatima my love. Tell her I asked about her.
All right. She said, give you a love, but she asked about you. She said, give Fatima a love. All right, appreciate it. Another Stone Cold Blast on a Freestyle Friday, and it the best. The Don Corleone, I want to thank everybody that tuned in. If you missed it, you're gonna have to repeat it. You have to come back and rewind, play that thing again. It's always a good time with the masters and the elders. This is what we do. Back from the ether, Freestyle Fridays. I want to say Rahul Bat, Assalamu alaikum, Who Tap, Rahul Bat is back, Rahul Bat is back, you know. And that's how we gonna end this show tonight. Hua, Ashok, Wadu. Thanks for coming through, Don Corleone. Always welcome. Maku gonna be mad he missed you. I'm gonna you to come back. All right. Peace. We out. With soul.